is Nationwide 90 FM, owned and operated by Nationwide News Network. We broadcast from our studios at 6 Bradley Avenue, Kingston 10, Jamaica. Transmitting on the FM 90 band. 90.3 from Peters Rock in St. Andrew and Murphy Hill in St. Anne. Serving Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Anne, parts of Clarendon, St. Mary, and St. Thomas. 90.5 from Huntley in Manchester. Transmitting to St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Clarendon, rural St. Andrew, and parts of St. Thomas. And 90.7 from Cooper's Hill in St. Andrew and Flower Hill in St. James. Serving Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, sections of Trelawney, Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Mary, Portland, and St. Anne. Nationwide 90 FM also broadcasts on the World Wide Web on nationwideradiojm.com and on Flow on channel 916. Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Put your money in motion. Drive VMW, VM Wealth Management. Transform your everyday.
The time by VM Wealth Management is
6 o'clock. From the studios of Nationwide Radio, morning radio the right way. It's Nationwide This Morning. A very good morning to you. I'm Tona Thomas. Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning, Thursday, June 19, 2025. Civil servants demand outstanding sums from the Ministry of Health. Western St. Mary MP Robert Montague struggles to mend fences in the seat, and disgruntled residents say the constituency has been starved of infrastructure development. In regional news, Tobago gets additional budget allocation of $134 million for 2025. In international news, China evacuates 1,600 from Iran and hundreds from Israel amid ongoing war. In sports, Mexico and Costa Rica secure their spots for the quarterfinals of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. And in business, U.S. Federal Reserve holds interest rates for fourth time despite tariff turmoil. The details after the break.
When you see opportunity, make sure you take it. So when I got a piece of land to grow things, I jumped at it. With my Jane Bank small business loan, I grew the opportunity that reaped a whole new life for my family. Now my goods supply plenty market across the parish. Jane Bank helps you grow your business with a Jane Bank small business loan that is perfect for you. Borrow from $10,000 up to $1.5 million to help cover expenses. Visit janebank.com to get started today. Jane Bank will help you find a way.
Catch the first news of the day. A comprehensive package of local, international, sports, and business news. The news at 6 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. The Jamaica Civil Service Association, JCSA, is expressing concern over the non-payment of outstanding emoluments owed to public sector workers under the Ministry of Health. The government committed to public sector workers that increments and other outstanding monies would be paid in the first quarter of the current financial year. But JCSA President Tisha Clark-Griffiths says to date no payments have been made.
The Ministry of Health, like all the other ministries, would have received the agreement for the outstanding payments to public sector workers. So there was an outstanding payment for mileage that should have been paid last year, outstanding payment for extra hours work, and also now the increment is the third thing. The increment took effect on April 1, 2025, and it was supposed to be paid in the first quarter. Some ministries would have implemented theirs in April, and June is the end of the first quarter where all ministries, departments, and agencies are supposed to meet those obligations. The Finance Ministry have submitted the money to the Ministry of Health, and so it must be incompetence why the ministry is not paying the workers. So they have not paid anything to the workers since the implementation of the agreement.
Earlier this year, the Finance Ministry stated that an agreement was signed with the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, JCTU, in September 2024. The agreement included the scheduled payment of certain increments based on salary band adjustments. The payments were expected to begin during the first quarter of the current fiscal year, which closes at the end of June. With the deadline fast approaching, Mrs. Clark Griffiths says workers should be notified of any further delays.
It is always at the last minute that they send out something to the workers. If it is that there are some challenges, they need to communicate with the worker representative about those challenges. And it is not on their time. They are given a specific time frame in which to pay. They need to pay the workers their money. The deadline for payment is the 30th of June. They still have another couple days to go.
Tisha Clark Griffiths, the president of the Jamaica Civil Service Association, JCSA. Meanwhile, Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, says the Ministry of Finance is expected to follow up with the groups.
We had a meeting today. This is the Ministry of Health and its regional authorities with the Ministry of Finance. We had a good discussion on a number of issues, one of which is the outstanding payments due based on the compensation review process. And I think the Ministry of Finance will follow up with a conversation with the unions. So that's all I can say at this point. So there was a conversation and the concerns were raised, issues discussed, and there should be some reaching out from the Ministry of Finance.
Dr. Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health and Wellness. A massive political struggle is shaping up in Western St. Mary, where the JLP chairman, Robert Montague, is trying to fend off a strong challenge from the PNP's Amar Woodbine. When our news centre visited the constituency on Wednesday, the political battle lines were clear, with constituents telling us Bobby Montague may be facing the race of his life. Our news centre visited 3 of the 5 divisions across Western St. Mary. We canvassed views in Arokabessa, Gale, and Boscobel. As we moved through the communities, the people were quick to talk. There was a consistent refrain. They say they're only now seeing their MP, Bobby Montague. For some, time has run out for the JLP chairman. One woman invited our news centre into her yard. She said she's had enough.
Since the election now, we start seeing things being done. What happened to 8 years ago? What all this? Why have to wait? It can't be done in 1 year. It can't be done in 3 months. So tell me what you go. We don't need any more promises. We don't need any more promises. Action. That's what we need. Time come.
Bobby Montague is defending a majority of 3,382, but alarm bells started ringing following the 2024 local government elections. When the dust settled, 3 of the 5 divisions in the constituency fell to the opposition People's National Party. The alarms reached a fever pitch when the recent nationwide Blue Dot polls showed Montague trailing Woodbine by a massive 19 points. One constituent thinks he knows why. For him, the JLP chairman deserves a failing grade as MP. When he heard we were in the area, he called in to share his views.
I give him 2 out of 10.
You like him 2 out of 10?
Yeah, and the reason for it, it's just when things get worse, they start to work day and night. If the constituency has a walkover, you just can't do what you want to do. And that's negative, you know. We need, and we don't need a body comfort and load. We need it more educate the people and get them knowledgeable, you know, more than just come out and feel that.
Montague has known defeat in Western St. Mary. He was narrowly booted in 2011 by the PNP's Jolyon Silvera. Silvera managed to open up a 227 majority over Bobby. Montague would rebound in 2016, bagging more than 11,000 votes and opening up a majority of 3,476. A shopkeeper says despite the discontent on the ground, she thinks the JLP chairman could do it again. She says he's a hard worker.
Me I tell us say me no Jane nor me no, but me see say Bobby a work. He work when me say if the clinic want fix, a him seat with it. Any little thing, school, any little thing, anybody in the area they want our house or anything, any little thing, road, water, any little thing, you see, Bobby. Funeral, if I funeral in the area, members say if I'm 20 minutes tomorrow in one of them.
A shopkeeper speaking with Nationwide News in Western St. Mary. Wednesday's meeting to honor party workers was one of Montague's efforts to mend fences and hold on to the traditional swing seat. It's to be seen if it will be enough. Former Mayor of Port Maria, the JLP's Richard Creary, says the party chairman Robert Montague will defy the polls which show him trailing his challenger Omar Woodbine. Creary made the comment while addressing party workers at an awards function in the constituency on Wednesday.
The race is not quite swift. Bamboo fire. I would like them players and them come out. Bobby Montague just ready to touch the road. So you see when we touch the road, you know, I guess I'm talking about it. So leave right. One Bobby Montague.
The latest nationwide Blue Dot polls show Montague trailing Woodbine by 19 points in the Weathervane seat. Some of Montague's constituents have accused him of neglecting them and ignoring the needs of the constituency. Creary, who is a councillor for the Richmond division in Southeast St. Mary, says Montague is a solid organizer. He's warning Labourites not to sell out their parish and their country.
Because TNP, their strategy to win this election is one, TNP never vote, and Labour see no vote. So we have to rise up. Don't take a one-day money and sell out the development of the parish through St. Mary. Don't take a one-day money and sell out the people food.
Richard Creary, former mayor of Port Maria, he was speaking in Western St. Mary on Wednesday. Meanwhile, a disgruntled resident in Western St. Mary says the constituency has been starved of infrastructure development. The man, who claims he has lived in the constituency for more than 6 decades, says both the JLP and the PNP are to be blamed.
From here, you don't really see nothing at all run away. They can't say the Labour do that. Or even the PNP. Because when I was a youth, them dump up down there, so I said they want to build a pier. Them did, from Michael days. I come and see Bobby build a pier field and so. And I said, well then, you know, that's a plus who want to play ball. But I don't really see nothing as far as infrastructure. I don't know the highway.
He says that the country's much touted tourism product is not benefiting in the constituency. He's appealing for more attention for the local economy in St. Mary.
Like a sleepy town, everybody come to sleep and interact with Port Maria. So shop elsewhere, spend the money elsewhere. I don't need China town, and that's it. No economic, you know what I mean? Chris Blackwell down there, so I'm all out of front page down there, so. Nothing down the more them have all of the intellectual might come in vacation, you know, them they don't spend the money in the community. So we get nothing. Yeah. Look at fisherman and go see. That's about it.
A resident of Western St. Mary. Jeffreytown Primary School in St. Mary is set to receive a significant overhaul, courtesy of Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. Addressing the students and faculty on Wednesday, Dr. Holness lamented the state of the physical plant and promised several new facilities are in the pipeline for the institution.
Yes, they have drawn the buildings already. You look at my friend here, he said, yes! Yes, sir! They have gone to get the approval from the various planning entities that have to give the approval from the municipal authorities, and they are completing their engineering studies and plans, and so very soon they should be able to start construction of an entirely new school plan for Jeffreytown.
The Prime Minister says the assessment was done based on his prior visit to the school some time ago. He sought to assure the school that promises made by his administration are backed up by action.
What you should take note of is that I visited you some time ago. I saw the conditions, and as my colleague Bobby said, our promises are not empty. Our promises are based on realistic expectation. Our promises are based upon a word, which I want to know who inside here can tell me the meaning of that. Love, yes, yes, yes. In fact, when we make our commitments, it's because we love the people. Yes, like me, yes. But we make our promises based upon wherewithal. Ever heard that word before, Madam Principal? Yes, wherewithal. Who is the English teacher? Yes. So what does that word mean now? Wherewithal. I want you to tell your students, those of you who would have just sat your PEP today.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says the ministry's preparations for the 2025 hurricane season are in high gear. This includes repairs and maintenance of schools that are designated as shelters.
The Ministry of Education has done quite a bit of work to make us ready. And if you think about it, the Ministry of Education has oversight for 1,000 public education institutions, and a lot of those, more than 700 of them, are designated shelters. So we also have to recognize that our schools, we don't just need to think about it in terms of the infrastructure of the school, we also are going to have to mobilize the schools in order for them to be used as shelters. And so there's a lot of work that has been done. There's been a lot of upgrades and maintenance work that has been done.
And Dr. Morris-Dixon was speaking at Wednesday's post-cabinet media briefing at the office of the Prime Minister. The 2025 hurricane season began on June 1. It ends on November 30. Dr. Morris-Dixon says the ministry is working in collaboration with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management to finalize their plan of action in the event of a hurricane.
We did some roof retrofitting and replacements, 101 schools. There's still some more that we're working on. And we're also having our emergency systems put in place that has already been put in place. We have protocols around communication with the teachers through bulletins. The ministry is very much a part of the disaster preparedness group led by ODPEM. I think we are ready. And I think the last Hurricane Beryl showed that we understand how to do things, and we also know how to recover after a hurricane, which is the key thing, being able to build in some resilience in it and also be able to recover quickly. So I think we're in good stead, but we are obviously praying that there is no hurricane that comes. But if it does come, we do have protocols in place.
Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, a Minister of Education and Youth. And that's it for the local segment of the news. Up next, regional and international.
Be in the know. Learn how local government is working for you. Follow us on Instagram and X at LocalGovJA and on Facebook at Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. The time by the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development is
6:17.
The gateway for Jamaica's athletes to several international competitions, including the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Japan, opens from Thursday, June 26 to Sunday, June 29 for the J3A Junior and Senior National Championships at the National Stadium, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day. The biggest names in local track and field, with the men's section including the likes of Olympic silver medalist Shane Thompson, Oblique Seville, Akeem Blake, Antonio Watson, Christopher Taylor, Olympic champion Roger Stoner, Rajendra Campbell, Wayne Pinna, and Romain Beckford. The female division will be no less fascinating, with two-time reigning world champion Sharika Jackson, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, the Clayton Twins, Tia and Tina, Alana Reed, Akira Nugent, Rochelle Clayton, and Shanika Ricketts. The action will be sizzling.
delicious meals, poolside cocktails, right on the beach. Disconnect from your daily worries and reconnect with the one you love. There's no paradise like home. This summer, enjoy a romantic all-inclusive escape at Couples Tower Isle, Couples Sanssouci, Couples Negril, or Couples Swept Away from $295 USD per night. Take advantage of this offer today by visiting Couples Resorts at couples.com. Conditions apply.
In regional and international news this morning, regional news, Tobago is set to receive an additional 134 million EC dollars for fiscal year 2025. This is in addition to a $100 million loan from the Caribbean Bank of Latin America. An additional $600 million will also come from ministries and state agencies spending money on projects in Tobago. Finance Minister of the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Dave Tanku, made the announcement in the mid-year budget review in Parliament on Wednesday. International, China has evacuated more than 1,600 citizens from Iran and hundreds more from Israel. The Chinese embassy in Iran has also renewed calls for citizens to leave the country via land routes, while also warning people about longer immigration processing time. This as evacuees clog border crossings amid the intensifying conflict between the two countries. Congestion has formed at two border checkpoints heading into Azerbaijan and into Turkmenistan. Meanwhile, China is urging parties to the conflict, especially Israel, to immediately cease fire. Israel struck a key Iranian nuclear site on Thursday, and Iranian missiles hit an Israeli hospital. The conflict shows no signs of ending nearly a week after Israel first launched what it called preemptive strikes against Iran. And that's it for regional and international news. Up next, sports.
Yo, genius! We just get the Burger King Double King combo. One original chicken sandwich plus a Whopper Junior with cheese. Well, a 2 sandwiches enough. Plus a small fries and soda for only $1,300.
You use the new rubber money. You did say the money can stretch a Burger King.
Me mean you get more food for your money. One combo, 2 sandwiches.
So you want I got eat whole a 2 sandwich, brother? My belly can stretch, you know.
Get the BK Double King combo. Limited time only at Burger King.
Passion and vibes, and through it all there's a glow inside. Let's keep our shine alive.
From the market to the factory floors, from the hillside green to golden shores,
we're reaching heights, our energy that lights the sky.
JPS, powering what matters.
Experience the joy of buying a brand new Hyundai without breaking the bank. Yes, buying a brand new car should never leave you broke. From stylish designs and safety features to comfortable driving and reliability, Hyundai is the choice. Hyundai vehicles come standard with 2 years free service and 5 years warranty and roadside assistance for your peace of mind. Drive 2 years without service cost and 5 years without fear of being stranded. Hyundai. Conditions apply.
Time now for your morning sports. Some football news. Defending champions Mexico and Costa Rica have booked their spots to the quarterfinals of the CONCACAF Gold Cup in the United States. Cesar Montes scored 2 second-half goals for Mexico in their 2-0 win over Suriname in Texas to go to the top of Group A with the maximum of 6 points. Costa Rica also moved to 6 points, but second on goal difference, following a 2-1 win over the Dominican Republic. Meanwhile, Jamaica will stage their final training session today ahead of Friday's crucial showdown with Guadeloupe in San Jose, California. The game, which is set for 6:30 p.m. kickoff, is a must-win for Jamaica after they lost Monday's opener 1-0 to Guatemala to be third in the group. Midfielder Karoy Anderson, who helped Charlton gain promotion to the championship in England, trained with the team on Tuesday after he was called up as an injury replacement. Anderson says he's eager to play his part to move the team forward.
I've really enjoyed it. It's been a dream to play at these tournaments, especially for Jamaica. These are the things that I used to speak about my brother with. So to be able to do it and to play in 2 years as well it's been good. It's really been good, and I've enjoyed it a lot. So I just hope it continues, and yeah.
Karoy Anderson. The Trinidad and Tobago-based franchise signed Mohamed Amir, one of the most consistent and successful bowlers in CPL history, and off-spinner Usman Tariq. The pair was picked up in the CPL draft on Tuesday. In addition to Amir and Tariq, Darren Bravo, a long-serving Knight Riders stalwart, makes his return to the side in a squad that will once more contain perennial stars Nicholas Paran, Sunil Nareen, Andre Russell, and Karan Pollard. Meanwhile, reigning champions, the St. Lucia Kings, are well positioned for a strong title defense in 2025 with a blend of proven talent and exciting new additions. The team welcomes back high-impact overseas stars Tim David and Tabriz Shamsi, both of whom bring world-class T20 credentials and match-winning potential. The majority stake in one of sports' most iconic franchises, the Los Angeles Lakers basketball organization, is being sold in a historic deal worth an estimated $10 billion. The Buss family has owned the team since 1979 and now has reportedly made a deal with the TWG Global CEO Mark Walter. Walter also has a controlling stake in the Los Angeles Dodgers, the professional U.S. baseball team that won the World Series last year. The expected sale shatters the current record for the largest sale of a sports team in history. The previous record was last year's $6.1 billion sale of the Lakers' rival Boston Celtics. When the sale becomes official, the Lakers will be the most valuable franchise in sports by nearly $4 billion. The LA Lakers have won 11 NBA titles. And that's it for your morning sports.
Spring into style with Unique Living. Upgrade your home with our extensive range of products. Get sleek shower panels, stylish vanities, LED and non-LED mirrors, plus kitchen sinks, closet solutions, ceiling fans, and more. Available in various finishes and sizes. Visit shop number 630 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-755-3661 or visit our website at www.uniquelivingja.com. Don't wait to spring into style with Unique Living.
In business this morning, people and businesses in the U.S. have faced a whirlwind of policy changes in recent months. But one thing has remained fixed: borrowing costs set by the U.S. Central Bank. The Federal Reserve stuck with that strategy on Wednesday, leaving its key interest rate unchanged, even as officials' expectations for the economy worsened. The decision marked the fourth in a row without action, keeping the bank's influential lending rate hovering around 4.3%, where it has stood since December. That came despite forecasts from policymakers suggesting the expected slower growth, higher unemployment, and faster inflation than they did just a few months ago. Typically, the Fed lowers borrowing costs if it believes the economy is struggling and raises them if prices start to rise too quickly. President Donald Trump has repeatedly called on the Fed to cut interest rates while pushing major changes to economic policy, including raising tariffs on goods from around the world. Fed officials who are empowered to set interest rates independent of the White House have said they are worried that a one-time jump in prices due to those new levies could morph into a more persistent problem. Inflation, the pace of price increases, remains above the Fed's 2% target, coming in at 2.4% in May. Computer chip giant Texas Instruments, TI, will invest more than $60 billion in the U.S. as President Donald Trump pressures big technology firms to increase manufacturing in the country. The company said it plans to build or expand 7 chip-making facilities at 3 sites in Texas and Utah and create 60,000 jobs. TI did not give a detailed timeline for the investment. The Dallas-based firm described the move as the largest investment in foundational semiconductor manufacturing in U.S. history. It follows similar announcements from other manufacturing semiconductors, including Micron, which said last week that it would increase its planned spending in the U.S. to $200 billion. And in foreign exchange trading this morning, the Jamaican dollar has lost 53 cents and will open trading today, selling for an average $160.54 against the benchmark U.S. dollar. The Jamaican dollar has gained 16 cents and will open trading this morning, selling for an average $117.81 against the Canadian. And finally, the Jamaican has lost $2.25 and will open trading this morning, selling for an average $217.42 against the British pound. That's it for business this morning.
Clear your barrels and personal shipments with ease and convenience. Request customs contactless clearance today through CCP at jca.gov.jm. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
6:31.
Upgrade your home or business with Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Explore a range of termite-resistant plywood, quartz, solid surface, and granite. Experience timeless elegance with our cedar doors, crafted from premium cedar stock, kiln-dried for durability and beauty. For quality and craftsmanship, visit us at the Trade Center Kingston 10 or Hatfield Mandeville. Call 876-963-0628-30. Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Transform your space today.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies, including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
You want to win? Then just bet. Bet on the game, no stress, no sweat. And win big in the Wanna Bet Just Bet promotion. Spend $1,500 or more on one Just Bet ticket and complete the entry form at promotions.supremegames.com for your chance to win. Third place gets Beats by Dre. Second place gets an iPhone 15 and AirPods Pro. And first place gets a 65-inch TV and a soundbar. Promotion runs May 16 to July 20, 2025. Grand draw July 25, 2025. Authorized under Section 58. Of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Love and hate can never be friends. Oh no, oh no. Here I come with love and not hatred. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of our life. Envy no one, no wish to be with no evil man. For there'll come the day when you'll be whipped by the father's hand. Leave up good children. Oh yeah. Leave up past children. Yeah. My head is anointed and my cup runneth over. Yeah. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of our life. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Here I come with love and not hatred. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of our life. Envy no one, no wish to be with no evil man. For there'll come the day when you'll be whipped by the Father's hand. Live a good children. Oh yeah. Live a good children. Oh yeah. Forgive up, forgive up.
Morning. It's a Thursday morning. I'm super excited to be here on a Thursday. It is a good day to be alive. And if you're hearing my voice, yes, you know what time it is. It's time for Nationwide this morning. I'm Sondre Rodan.
I'm Tawna Thomas. Good morning to all our peeps listening, tuning in to Nationwide this morning. NTM, happy to have you today. Happy Thursday, June 19, 2025. Hey to you, Sondre.
Yeah, what's up this morning? It's a good Thursday morning.
I see some peeps saying, wait, today's Pep?
Yes, today's Pep. I think yesterday was Pep. Today's Pep as well.
Oh, you know, I think a staffer was saying something about Pep 4.
Yeah, so those who are going for their Pep.
I thought it was one day.
Wishing you the best. And of course, those parents who help them prepare, don't fret. Just encourage them and we wish them the best. Now, Pep, Tawna.
And results coming out tomorrow. Results coming out tomorrow. So for those parents as well, you have a child who is a Pepster. Yeah, just be calm for them too. Don't be too nervous. They did their best.
I wouldn't be calm.
Showing the results.
I think Pep has really angled the game a little bit higher. Mm-hmm. Than we're used to. I think when we've gone to this type of testing, the aim, I understand the policy aim. The aim is to produce better critical thinkers, people who can do all sorts of things, which is pretty cool. But yeah, you think you could have aced it in your day, Tawna?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because what goes into a lot of the this Pep stuff is preparation. Yeah, preparation, you go over the material, you're tested throughout the period because, see, you have Pep 4, so you get a little try at something in relation to Pep, so it's not as if you're thrown into the testing arena once, right? You've gotten a test in grade 4, and then what? Then you do the final test in grade 6. So, yeah, and you work with your teachers. If it is that you are not good in a particular subject area, get some extra lessons. Yeah, but I think I'd be fine. But on my mind this morning, the day has finally come, and I'm excited about it. Starting today at about 9, your Jamaica Constabulary Force will open the doors of the National Arena and the Montego Bay Community College this time around to citizens at its Transformation Expo 2.0. The first one, of course, was held in 2023 at the arena and attracted some 20,000 Jamaicans. At that time, I had dubbed it an event humanizing the police. With 2 venues and a police force since 2023 that has steadily, Sandra and listeners, improved, it would have been, or it wouldn't be wrong for me to assume that this year's attendance may double. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is welcoming patrons from today to Sunday in an atmosphere of admiration. This as the good men and women of the constabulary continue to put in the work led by the police commissioner, Dr. Kevin Blake, to bring the country's homicide numbers down. Murders island-wide, the latest statistics are down 44%. If this trend holds, the nation could record under 1,000 murders at the end of the year. And only on Tuesday as well, the National Security Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, disclosed in Parliament that homicides in all areas under the Zones of Special Operations, ZOSOs, was down by 79%. As a reminder, the ZOSOs are Denham Town in West Kingston, Norwood and Mount Salem in St. James, Greenwich Town, Parade Gardens and Augustown in St. Andrew, and Savlamar in Westmoreland. Dr. Chang had disclosed in Parliament on Tuesday that only 3 murders had been recorded across the zones compared to 14 for the same period last year. In other areas of security as well, a key feature of the constabulary's improvement has obviously been technology. Last week, I itemized for you in my What's on My Mind then several cases in which the country's surveillance network, National Surveillance Network Jamaica Eye, has aided the men and women of the force in tracking and nabbing suspects. And days after that, interestingly, we reported here on Nationwide the most recent case where the investment in the surveillance system again proved helpful to our law enforcement officers. That case, to remind you, was the police arresting 2 women in connection with an illegal gun and a large sum of cash believed to be linked to a robbery in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Both were nabbed after the Police Emergency Communications Center using Jamaica Eye spotted the vehicle involved in the robbery at the intersection of Hope Road, Old Hope Road and Barbican Road in St. Andrew. According to that police report, at about 9 p.m., the St. Andrew Central Special Initiative Team, acting on that information, intercepted the vehicle at the drive-thru of a popular fast food restaurant on Barbican Road. Yeah. And the 2 women were seen in the car and were searched. The vehicle was also searched and the cash was found. Further checks at the home of the women turned up the gun as well. The police say a silver and black Taurus .38 special revolver along with 6.38 cartridges were found under a chest of drawers. I mentioned technology because at the expo over the next 4 days, that component of the police's law enforcement apparatus will be on full display. Cameras fitted with license plate recognition technology. There will be explanations on that. Pieces of facial recognition technology, for example, that is meant to spot the faces of someone who is on the radar of the police using CCTV cameras across our town centers and busy thoroughfares will be spoken about. You learn about the Marine Division and their surveillance, the K9 Division and how they're helping in the detection of drugs and guns at our ports. And brilliant personnel will be standing by these displays, ready and willing to explain to you how the technology works, ready and willing to tell you how the technology helps to intercept criminals, thwart robberies, and of course, save lives. And you know, Sandra and listeners, as I reflected after the first expo in 2023, I reiterate this morning that this engagement will present the faces of the hardworking Jamaican men and women who took the oath to serve and protect us every day. Your police force is not isolated. Here they are over the next 4 days at the National Arena as well as the Montego Bay Community College to speak to you about the work they do across several divisions. The expo is meant to bring you closer to those who serve you and give you a peek into how they do what they do. I encourage you to go out and interact with your Jamaica Constabulary Force personnel. Ask them the questions. I'm sure many of you have certain questions on your mind and you're seeking the answers. They will be there to take your questions and provide a response. So go out and ask them questions. And just like the KFC meal, I was talking on here, I was speaking off air with Jermaine about that yesterday. Just like the KFC meal yesterday, that was free. The expo is free as well. So today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can go to the National Arena as well as the Montego Bay Community College, that new venue that has been added, and enter the grounds free of cost and make the event one of the ones you flock to this weekend, just like yesterday as well. And just before I end what's on my mind, for those who are overseas, they want to hear about the work of the force, they will not obviously be able to attend, or others in other sections of the country who will not be able to come to the arena or the Montego Bay Community College. I did see the JCF post that there will be Transformations TV on YouTube, their YouTube channel, JCF_Jamaica Constab. So the schedule that they've provided here, Thursday, June 19, that's today, they will be live streaming. They will be on from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tomorrow, Friday, June 20, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday, June 21, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And on the final day, Sunday, June 22, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So for those who won't be able to make it, you can also tune in via the JCF's YouTube channel here, JCF_Jamaica Constab. And these are the times that you will be able to access via the live stream what's happening at Transformations Expo 2.0. That's what's on my mind.
It's This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM. The time is...
It's 6:45.
JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union offers financial solutions for every stage in your life: savings, auto loans, mortgages, and more. The Temperature by JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union, your financial partner for life, is...
It's 27 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 28 degrees Celsius out west in Montego Bay, and 22 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
Are you burning up with this summer heat? The place hot, man. Get cool now with a Hisense air conditioner. I feel good. With advanced energy-saving inverter technology and whisper quiet operation. Beat this heat with Hisense. Available at Aliaber Brands Limited, 64 Hagley Park Road, or call 876-676-5951 now.
So good. So good. I got you.
You've led teams, built businesses, and influenced change. Now, lead research that transforms your field. Apply now for the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean's Doctor of Business Administration or Doctor of Professional Practice. Flexible, research-based, and designed for working professionals. All UCC programs are accredited by the University Council of Jamaica. Learn more and apply online at ucc.edu.jm. UCC, fostering leadership and innovation.
The name you trust to be your friend, to be a partner by your side. For generations we have been the one you trust as your financial guide. Sagicor, building trust for generations, helping hopes and dreams to grow, building our nation. Sagicor's the name you know. Sagicor.
Sagicor, celebrating 55 years.
Building trust for generations.
When you hear those horns, you know what time it is. It's time for Street Smart. Of course, we have Ludlow McLean with us to tell us what's happening out there on our streets.
Morning, Sandre. Morning, Tona.
Good morning to you, Ludlow.
Right. Listeners, going to the public, everyone there in the studios, a pleasant morning to you all. And just to tell you that it's the movement, depending on which thoroughfare you're on right now, it's pretty good. People coming off that Stony Hill into the Constant Spring Square, Manor Park, the movement is pretty good so far. If you're taking it along Norbrook Drive, that's in the Norbrook community, and going back onto Shortwood Road via Olivia Road, it's pretty good. And if you're going further down Shortwood Road, it's all good. Those of you coming further up in the Cherry Gardens area, then Sir James Drive, coming all the way down until they get to the vicinity of what they call it now, Graham Close, right? Coming all the way down is going to find a movement. What about Jackshill? If you're in the Jackshill area, coming off Jackshill Road, right in the vicinity of the service station there, to get onto Barbican Road, you're going to find it pretty good. The movement is good along Barbican Road so far. You know that it's going to be later as the morning progresses. Going around to Whitcomb, that's another area in Barbican, Whitcomb Road, and Barbican Road intersect right at that intersection. A slight build up there. But then you're able to go around to Barbican Road and continue across to Olaf Road or Hope Road if you so need to. And going further up to Liganin, you'll see a little movement again in the vicinity of the embassy. But going up to Papine, it's pretty good going. Papine Square, it's a bit busy in terms of the transportation in that area, moving up, picking up and dropping off and all of that. But generally speaking, it's building, but nothing disastrous yet, or nothing in terms of a gridlock in these particular areas. We'll talk again come 7:18, because I'm sure by the time we get to 7:15, 7:20 there, the traffic will be building in many other areas. All right? So it's over to you, Sondre.
Thank you so much, Ludlow. For those listening, you hear what's happening, so be guided accordingly. It's now time for our word of the day.
Your word of the day is spelled S-O-O-T-H-F-A-S-T, spelled S-O-O-T-H-F-A-S-T.
Soothfast. Soothfast. Soothfast.
Soothfast is your word of the day. Soothfast, meaning based on the truth or true, another synonym, truthful, soothfast. Your word of the day. Dictionary.com telling us that the word was recorded before 900. So soothfast is a very old word. Soothfast. To use the word soothfast in a sentence, the soothfast account of the event was corroborated by multiple witnesses. The soothfast account, the truthful account of the event, was corroborated by multiple witnesses. Another for you. The jury recognized the witnesses' soothfast account in their verdict. The jury recognized the witnesses' truthful account in their verdict. Soothfast is your word of the day. And I'm finding it so difficult to pronounce this word because of my lisp. But soothfast is your word. Your word of the day, meaning based on truth, truthful, true. It's an adjective, a descriptive word. Yeah, you might have reason to switch up your vocabulary. Instead of saying truthful, you can use the word soothfast.
Yeah. That's not such a soothfast statement, Jermaine, what you said earlier. But we can say that our eyes would have seen yesterday, Tana. I'm not shocked. A lot of people are shocked. A lot of people are perturbed. But I can give some historical context. Back in the day, Jermaine, I think around 2017. I don't know if a lot of people remember, but at the time, KFC would have probably a year or two before introduced the Zinger, the famed Zinger. Started out with that barbecue Zinger. It was one of the new entrants to the KFC market, as some would say. And when they introduced it, it was introduced at a low price, Jermaine, of $650 at the time.
What year?
About roughly 2016, 2017, thereabout.
Okay.
Somewhere in that region. I don't remember the exact day, but I know 2016, 2017, thereabout. $650, you get a Zinger combo. And I'm talking about that same Zinger that we know now that we pay 1,000 something for. It was for $650 at the time. So it seemed like a deal. But then in 2017, the executives of Kentucky Fried Chicken here in Jamaica would have sat and thought it fit to raise their prices. Now they raised their prices, and the students at the University of the West Indies, Jermaine, saw it fit to protest. And they protested from a point of view that so soon, we haven't even enjoyed the 650 for a time period where we can say, yes, we've actually enjoyed this thing. You know what KFC did? KFC said, okay, on, I think it was Mondays or one of those days in the week, at 2 to 5, if you buy one zinger, you get another zinger free, another combo.
And there was a zinger frenzy.
Free. Tana, as I said, I'm not shocked, Tana. When I tell you that people are in that line from 11, 12, 1 o'clock, just holding the line, telling people, you can go in front of me, you can go in front of me. That's what happens. I'm not shocked because I remember the zinger frenzy. Now it's the meal deal frenzy. That's what we're calling it.
Big deal meal deal
Big
frenzy.
deal meal deal.
Yeah.
Jermaine, were you in line? Yeah, I didn't see Cliff on air after 10 yesterday, so oh, Cliff was with you. Okay, I was wondering. Yeah, but yeah.
Going to our features at the top of the hour of the news.
Welcome to another episode of Coming of Age. As we age, changes to our brain and the body are inevitable. Some of these changes impact our physical and mental abilities. They can even increase the risk of disease. But everyone experiences aging differently. The timing and extent of these changes vary from person to person. Supporting healthy aging means staying mentally active, eating nutritious food, and keeping physically and socially active. While these choices don't guarantee a disease-free life, they are the best way to reduce the risk of illness and support our well-being as we age. One of the biggest concerns as we grow older is memory loss. It's natural to worry about changes in our mental abilities and the possibility of dementia. So, will your memory worsen as you age? For most people, memory stays strong. We might notice small changes, but these don't usually disrupt daily life. However, nearly 40% of people over 65 will experience some form of memory loss. Even so, it's unlikely to be dementia. In fact, most of this memory loss is mild and we can still manage day-to-day activities. But a smaller percentage, between 5 and 8%, will develop dementia after 60. Dementia is more severe, with memory loss worsening to the point where a person can no longer care for themselves. So, why do some experience memory loss and others develop dementia? Simply put, not all memory loss is linked to dementia. Age-associated memory impairment is a normal part of aging. It includes things like occasionally forgetting where you put your keys or struggling to recall a name. But these lapses don't interfere with your daily life and aren't a sign of dementia. Mild cognitive impairment, MCI, is a step between normal aging and dementia. MCI involves memory loss, confusion, or difficulty speaking. However, these issues don't drastically affect your daily activities. But if you have MCI, you're at a higher risk of developing Alzheimer's or another form of dementia. Dementia is more serious. If memory loss begins to interfere with your daily life, like forgetting recent events, struggling with familiar tasks, or having difficulty learning new things, this could signal the early stages of dementia. To confirm, it's important to speak with a doctor and get tested. So, how can you tell the difference between normal aging and dementia? The signs of normal aging. You forget details of past conversations or event. You may forget an acquaintance's name now and then. You occasionally have trouble finding the right words, or your memory concerns don't worry your friends or family. Signs of dementia. You forget recent events or conversations. You have difficulty recognizing family members. Forgetting things happens more frequently. You struggle to find words, often pausing or substituting words. Family and friends are worried about your memory, but you don't notice the changes yourself. It's important to remember that occasional memory lapses are part of aging. But if you're concerned, don't hesitate to speak to your doctor for peace of mind and proper guidance on maintaining brain health as you age. That's it for Coming of Age. Until next time. Take care.
Fearless and fair. Nationwide 90 FM.
One of the biggest fears people might have is walking into a room filled with strangers. Here are some tips that might help you deal with that awkward moment. I'm Tana, and these are your lifestyle pages. Make a good first impression. This means having a friendly expression on your face and making eye contact. Put yourself together. If you don't feel good about yourself, others will notice. Introduce yourself to one person at a time. Shake someone's hand. This gives you the edge, and make eye contact while you do so. Be on the lookout for a shy person. This will give you an opportunity to show your people skills. I'm Tana, and those were your lifestyle pages.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Jamaica, let's make road safety a priority. Slow down, stay focused. Remember, every life matters. The time brought to you by the JIS is...
News time, 7 o'clock.
If you need to build it, plumb it, weld it, pave it, or power it, National Supply has it. Get the best brands for the job at Jamaica's Industrial Hardware Superstore. Kingston or Bay. The temperature by National Supply is...
27 degrees Celsius in capital city Kingston, 28 out west in Montego Bay, and in Mandeville, 22 degrees Celsius.
The most credible news in the morning. The news at 7 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Coming up in the news at 7 for this morning, Thursday, June 19, 2025. Civil servants demand outstanding payments from the Ministry of Health. Western St. Mary MP Robert Montague struggles to mend offences in the Weathervane constituency. Tourism Minister proposes raft of legislative changes to improve the industry. And in international news, China evacuates 1,600 from Iran and 100 from Israel amid ongoing war. The details after the break.
News at 7 is brought to you by Hyundai. Modern, premium, affordable vehicles.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
For the details, I'm Tawna Thomas. The Jamaica Civil Service Association, JCSA, is expressing concern over the non-payment of outstanding emoluments owed to public sector workers under the Ministry of Health. The government committed to public sector workers that increments and other outstanding monies would be paid in the first quarter of the current financial year. But JCSA President Tisha Clark-Griffiths says to date no payments have been made.
The Ministry of Health, like all the other ministries, would have received the agreement for the outstanding payments to public sector workers. So there was an outstanding payment for mileage that should have been paid last year, outstanding payment for extra hours work, and also now the increment is the third thing. The increment took effect on April 1, 2025, and it was supposed to be paid in the first quarter. Some ministries would have implemented theirs in April, and June is the end of the first quarter where all ministries, departments, and agencies are supposed to meet those obligations. The Finance Ministry have submitted the money to the Ministry of Health, and so it must be incompetence why the ministry is not paying the workers. So they have not paid anything to the workers since the implementation of the agreement.
Earlier this year, the Finance Ministry stated that an agreement was signed with the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, JCTU, in September 2024. The agreement included the scheduled payment of certain increments based on salary band adjustments. The payments were expected to begin during the first quarter of the current fiscal year, which closes at the end of June. With the deadline fast approaching, Mrs. Clark-Griffiths says workers should be notified in advance if there will be a further delay.
It is always at the last minute that they send out something to the workers. If it is that there are some challenges, they need to communicate with the worker representative about those challenges. And it is not on their time. They are given a specific time frame in which to pay. They need to pay the workers their money. The deadline for payment is the 30th of June. They still have another couple days to go.
Tisha Clark-Griffiths, the president of the Jamaica Civil Service Association, JCSA. Meanwhile, Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, says the Ministry of Finance is expected to follow up with the groups.
We had a meeting today. This is the Ministry of Health and its regional authorities with the Ministry of Finance. We had a good discussion on a number of issues, one of which is the outstanding payments due based on the compensation review process. And I think the Ministry of Finance will follow up with a conversation with the unions. So that's all I can say at this point. So there was a conversation and the concerns were raised, issues discussed, and there should be some reaching out from the Ministry of Finance.
Dr. Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health. A massive political struggle is shaping up in Western St. Mary, where the JLP's chairman, Robert Montague, is trying to fend off a strong challenge from the PNP's Omar Woodbine. When our news centre visited the constituency on Wednesday, the political battle lines were clear, with constituents telling us Bobby Montague may be facing the race of his life. Our news centre visited 3 of the 5 divisions across Western St. Mary. We canvassed views in Rockabessa, Gale, and Boscobel. As we moved through the communities, the people were quick to talk. There was a consistent refrain. They say they're only now seeing their MP, Bobby Montague. For some, time has run out for the JLP chairman. One woman invited our news centre into her yard. She said she's had enough.
Since the election now, we start seeing things being done. What happened to 8 years ago? What all these, why have to wait? It can't be done in 1 year. It can't be done in 3 months. So tell me what you go. We don't need any more promises. We don't need any more promises. Action. That's what we need. Time come.
Bobby Montague is defending a majority of 3,382, but alarm bells started ringing following the 2024 local government elections. When the dust settled, 3 of the 5 divisions in the constituency fell to the opposition People's National Party. The alarms reached a fever pitch when the recent nationwide Blue Dot polls showed Montague trailing Woodbine by a massive 19 points in the Weathervane seat. One constituent thinks he knows why. For him, the JLP chairman deserves a failing grade as MP. When he heard we were in the area, he called in to share his views.
I give 2 out of 10.
You like give 2 out of 10?
Yeah, and the reason for it, it's just when things get worse, they can start to work day and night. If the constituency has a walkover, you just can't do what you want. And that's negative, you know. We don't need a bad comfort and out. We need it more educate the people and get them knowledgeable, you know, more than just come out and feel that.
Montague has known defeat in Western St. Mary. He was narrowly booted in 2011 by the PNP's Jolyon Silvera. Silvera managed to open up a 227 majority over Bobby. Montague would rebound in 2016, bagging more than 11,000 votes and opening up a majority of 3,476. A shopkeeper says despite the discontent on the ground, she thinks the JLP chairman could do it again. She says he's a hard worker.
Me I tell her say, me no Jane or me no, but me sister Bobby a work. He work when me say, if the clinic want fix, I him see it with it. Any little thing, school, any little thing, anybody in the area they want house or anything, any little thing, road, water, any little thing, you see Bobby. Funeral, if I funeral in the area, members say if I'm 20 minutes tomorrow in one of them.
A shopkeeper in Western St. Mary speaking with our news centre. Wednesday's meeting to honour party workers was one of Montague's efforts to mend fences and hold on to the traditional swing seat. It's to be seen if it will be enough. Meanwhile, former Mayor of Port Maria, the JLP's Richard Curry, says Montague will defy the polls and Woodbine. Curry made the comment while addressing party workers at an awards function in the constituency on Wednesday.
We see a pool the other day. We claim say, believe a man, I leave. The race is not for the swift. The can't be coming like bamboo fire. I would like them players and them come out. Bobby Montague just ready to touch the road. So you see when we touch the road, you know, I guess I'm talking about it.
Curry, who is a councillor for the Richmond Division in Southeast St. Mary, says Montague is a solid organiser. He's warning Labourites not to sell out their parish and their country.
Their strategy to win this election is one, pay people to vote, and pay Labour free to vote. So we have to wise up. Don't take the one-day money and sell out the development of the parish through St. Mary. Don't take the one-day money and sell out the people future.
Richard Curry, former Mayor of Port Maria, he was speaking in Western St. Mary on Wednesday. In Jeffreytown Primary School in St. Mary is set to receive a significant overhaul, courtesy of Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. Dr. Holness made the commitment while addressing students and staff on Wednesday.
Yes, they have drawn the buildings already. You look at my friend here, he said, yes! Yes, sir! They have gone to get the approval from the various planning entities that have to give the approval from the municipal authorities, and they are completing their engineering studies and plans, and so very soon they should be able to start construction of an entirely new school plan for Jeffreytown.
The Prime Minister says the assessment was done based on a prior visit to the school some time ago. He sought to assure the school that his administration backs up promises with action.
What you should take note of is that I visited you some time ago. I saw the conditions, and as my colleague Bobby said, our promises are not empty. Our promises are based on realistic expectation. Our promises are based upon a word, which I want to know who inside here can tell me the meaning of that. Love, yes, yes, but yes. In fact, when we make our commitments, it's because we love the people. Yes, like me, yes. But we make our promises based upon wherewithal.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says that the minister's preparations for the 2025 hurricane season are in high gear. This includes repairs and maintenance of schools that are designated as shelters.
The Ministry of Education has done quite a bit of work to make us ready. And if you think about it, the Ministry of Education has oversight for 1,000 public education institutions. And a lot of those, more than 700 of them, are designated shelters. So we also have to recognize that our schools, we don't just need to think about it in terms of the infrastructure of the school. We also are going to have to mobilize the schools in order for them to be used as shelters. And so there's a lot of work that has been done. There's been a lot of upgrades and maintenance work that has been done.
Dr. Morris-Dixon was speaking at Wednesday's post-cabinet media briefing at the office of the Prime Minister. The hurricane season began on June 1 and will run until November 30. Dr. Morris-Dixon says the ministry is working with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management to finalize a plan of action.
We did some roof retrofitting and replacements, 101 schools. There's still some more that we're working on. And we're also having our emergency systems put in place, that has already been put in place. We have protocols around communication with the teachers through bulletins. The ministry is very much a part of the disaster preparedness group led by ODPEM. I think we are ready, and I think the last Hurricane Beryl showed that we understand how to do things, and we also know how to recover after a hurricane, which is the key thing, being able to build in some resilience in it and also be able to recover quickly. So I think we're in good stead, but we are obviously praying that there is no hurricane that comes. But if it does come, we do have protocols in place.
Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, Minister of Education and Youth. Also speaking at Wednesday's post-cabinet media briefing, Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett says that the industry is properly prepared to face the annual storm season.
We have a complete area that is designed between TPDCO and the administration itself. It is called the Disaster Risk Management Division, and we work through with our partners, fine-tuning all the steps to be taken to deal with, weather events such as what you mentioned, seismic events like earthquakes and so on. And since COVID, we have had to focus a lot more on health events as well. So yes, we are well equipped and prepared to deal with these events.
Edmund Bartlett, Minister of Tourism. Meanwhile, the Tourism Minister says or promised a raft of legislative changes to better position the industry for the future. Making his contribution to the sectoral debate in the House of Representatives, Minister Bartlett spoke to the need to modernize the enabling legislation as a part of a broad 15-pillar strategy.
And so we are reviewing a number of legislative arrangements in the industry to enable the capacity for the growth and development of which we speak. The Jamaica Tourist Board, in its 70th anniversary, Mr. Speaker, is now reviewing its 70-year-old act. And I'm very pleased to announce, Madam Speaker, that next week we will bring to this House the repeal of the Tourist Board Act and indeed present a virtually new act that will guide the industry into the future.
Outside of legislation, the other proposed pillars include digital transformation of bookings and tourism promotion, youth enterprise and training investments, and the development of new frontiers like St. Thomas and Clarendon. Minister Bartlett says the Holness administration has shown its ability to bring record success to the industry. Among these successes, he cited Jamaica welcoming 4.15 million visitors in 2024, generating a record-breaking $4.3 billion in earnings, exceeding pre-pandemic levels, and cementing Jamaica's position as the Caribbean's second most visited destination. Minister Bartlett says that despite the challenges, the Holness administration has put tourism on the right path.
The challenges are great, and we have increased the types of involvement, the range of involvement, and indeed, Madam Speaker, we have to respond to the innovation of our time. So many changes have taken place over the last 70 years. So many new experiences have emerged. So many new systems have emerged. So many new practices too, and so many new business models. And we need to step up now and to provide the legislative and regulatory arrangements to be able to facilitate these development, to expand these development, and to provide scope for further innovation and development.
Edmund Bartlett, Minister of Tourism. And in international news, China has evacuated more than 1,600 citizens from Iran and hundreds more from Israel. The Chinese embassy in Iran has also renewed calls for citizens to leave the country via land routes, while also warning people about longer immigration processing time. This as evacuees clog border crossings amid the intensifying conflict between the two countries. Congestion has formed at two border checkpoints heading into Azerbaijan and into Turkmenistan. Meanwhile, China is urging parties to the conflict, especially Israel, to immediately cease fire. Israel struck a key Iranian nuclear site on Thursday, and Iranian missiles hit an Israeli hospital. The conflict shows no signs of ending nearly a week after Israel first launched what it called preemptive strikes against Iran. And that's it for the news at 7. I'm Tawna Thomas.
News at 7 was brought to you by Hyundai. Modern, premium, affordable vehicles.
Sign up for the JN Money Card. It's safe, convenient, and free. The time by JN Money is
7:18.
Rent or buy your hurricane supplies from Total Tools. Visit 102 Main Street, Oterius, 34 Slipe Road, Kingston 5, or Lot C6, Drax Hall, St. Anne's Bay. The temperature brought to you by Total Tools Jamaica is
28 degrees Celsius in both capital city Kingston and in Montego Bay, and in Mandeville it's now 24 degrees Celsius.
Experience the joy of buying a brand new Hyundai without breaking the bank. Yes, buying a brand new car should never leave you broke. From stylish designs and safety features to comfortable driving and reliability, Hyundai is the choice. Hyundai vehicles come standard with 2 years free service and 5 years warranty and roadside assistance for your peace of mind. Drive 2 years without service cost and 5 years without fear of being stranded. Hyundai. Conditions apply.
Delicious meals, poolside cocktails, right on the beach. Disconnect from your daily worries and reconnect with the one you love. There's no paradise like home. This summer, enjoy a romantic all-inclusive escape at Couples Tower Isle, Couples Sanssouci, Couples Negril, or Couples Swept Away from $295 USD per night. Take advantage of this offer today by visiting Couples Resorts at couples.com. Conditions apply.
Plug into the sun with Peak Energy Solutions. We are your affordable provider for everything solar. Grid tie or off-grid solar P systems, solar air conditioners, panels, lithium batteries, solar supplies, and installation. Visit us at Shop 1, 3 Mosquito Valley Road, Red Hills, St. Andrew. Call 876-279-8820 or 944-0668. Or email us at peakenergysolutionsja@gmail.com. Peak Energy for everything solar.
That time of the morning when we get our second report of Street Smart with Ludlow McLean. Hey to you, Ludlow.
Morning time again, Tawna.
Morning to you.
All right, our visitors, welcome. Those who have the party, I hope you had a great time and enjoy the sun and everything. Anyway, the roads, it's a Thursday morning, and it's still it's sunny, with clouds above, but the roads have the major thoroughfares. That is what it is. There as traffic, but there are gaps. There are gaps along Washington Boulevard. It's when you get to Dunrobin Conference Spring, you're going to find the traffic. Dunrobin, Malines Road. Malines Road was flowing until there was an accident in the vicinity of between Seaward Drive and going further around. It's really has blocked up that area, so you're going to have a little challenge there. But Seaward Drive onto Olympic Way, you can alleviate that, or you can go to Mimosa and you bypass it by going onto Bay Farm Road. But Walton Park, in both directions, it's flowing. Just that there's a slight bit of Walton and Bay Farm, but no problems in that particular area. And going further on, Newark Avenue, Keysing Avenue, it's all good, no problems there. As they make your way onto Hagley Park Road, the traffic is flowing in both directions. The greatest build-up is real as they get up towards Eastwood Park Road. Going to Richmond Park community, Richmond Park Avenue, it's busy, but it's moving. And Montgomery Avenue, I always have traffic at this time, and it takes you across to Queens Avenue. Queens Avenue in both directions, not a problem. You're going along Linders Road, there is traffic, but it's moving again. The same thing with Russell Road. And this road takes you across to Linders Road, then further onto Retirement Road, where it is quite active along Retirement Road. And the Retirement Road takes you onto Half a Tree, which is in the Crossroads area. Crossroads is quite busy, quite active at this particular point in time. So it's our second report. As usual, we always urge you to be careful. The mirrors are so important when you're traveling. So it's very important that you use it to great effect. As usual, at Street Smart, your safety is our concern. It's over to you, Tawna.
Thank you so much, Ludlow, for that second report of Street Smart with, of course, Ludlow McLean. Up next, the front page.
Front Page is brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business. For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
We're back with you. It's Nationwide this morning, and we are on the front page. On the front page this morning, we are going to be looking at the residents of Western St. Mary speaking about their MP, Robert Montague, who is also the chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party. So a fierce political showdown is brewing in Western St. Mary. That's not just a statement from us here, but a statement from the poll findings that were recently released from the nationwide Blue Dot polls, where JLP chairman Robert Montague is facing a formidable challenge from the PMP's Omar Woodbine. When our news team visited the constituency on Wednesday, it was evident that the political landscape was heating up, with residents saying Montague may be in for the toughest race of his political career. Nationwide's Ricardo Brooks visited 3 of the 5 divisions in the constituency, Oracabessa, Gale, and Boscobel, to gauge the political sentiment.
As Ricardo moved through the communities, residents were eager to speak with him. A common theme quickly emerged. Many say they're only now seeing their Member of Parliament, Bobby Montague. For some, time has run out for the JLP chairman. One woman invited our news team into her yard and declared bluntly she's had enough.
It has been 8-9 years since the JLP is in government. We haven't seen any development in Oracabessa. One mini stadium down at there's a play field that they have down there. We don't see much things going on down there either. They just made that and that's it. The town is blocking up. The old post office in there, they don't do nothing at all to it. It's a disgrace to see in the town the traffic build up. You don't see nobody who you can talk to. Nobody at all. I think this government need to go now. We need a change. Not that there are things that they do. We're not going to give them 100% bad name. But there are a lot of things that they need to do that they turn a blind eye to. And we need a change. Let us see what somebody else can do. We need a change. We need a change. Especially in Oracabessa. There's no development in Oracabessa. Too much young people, no job. Too much. Actually, the crime is even going up in Oracabessa. There's nothing being done for the young people. Nothing at all. Get some community centers, get some trade, let them go and do something, man, and find job and give them. Right? We need more things to be done. So
I hear a lot of people saying since election now come, but they run up and down.
Yes, since the election now, we start seeing things being done. What happened to 8 years ago? What all these? Why have to wait? It can't be done in 1 year. It can't be done in 3 months. So tell me what you go. We don't need any more promises. We don't need any more promises. Action. That's what we need. Time come.
So over the 8 years, you know, see a lot?
No, we haven't seen him much since probably the past couple of months now. We see him pass by and see him at a few funerals. But otherwise, nothing. We just hear that he's just trying to play catch up on some things now. But not that he haven't done anything good, but I think he's still too laid back.
What about the Prime Minister?
Well, the Prime Minister started out very good, even otherwise, but I think he has lost it. He has lost it, and I think time come for him now. He has blundered with his opportunity, so it's time for him to go.
So you think Bobby's gonna lose?
Well, to how it looks, it looked very sticky on his side, but on the day we'll see what happens.
And what about the JLP? You think the JLP will lose government?
Yes, time for the JLP to go. I think they're gonna go.
Well, what do you think about Mark Golding?
Well, Mr. Golding, he's trying. I don't know much. I don't hear much from him still, but I think he's trying to make a difference. He's trying to make a difference, and I respect him for what I've heard. For the time when I haven't listened to him, I think he is heading on a good part. He's heading in a good direction. So we want to see what he has to come with.
That's our first excerpt. We're going for a break, and when we're back, we'll have more from other constituents in the space.
Give up every illegal gun. Call the police at 119 or Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Ministry of National Security is...
It's 7:29.
Fix up with Fleetwood products for your home improvement, personal care, and aromatherapy needs. They have your well-being in mind. Available at retailers island-wide. The temperature by Fleetwood Jamaica is...
It's 28 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 29 degrees Celsius out west in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in the cool hills of Mandeville.
JANAC Global Accreditation, promoting consumer confidence, facilitating market access through internationally accepted accreditation and training services. Accreditation, your visa for global access. Accredited once, accepted everywhere. Call JANAC Global Accreditation at 876-968-7790 or visit our website at www.janac.gov.jm.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
The name you trust to be your friend, to be a partner by your side. For generations we have been the one you trust as your financial guide. Sagicor, building trust for generations, helping hopes and dreams to grow, building our nation. Sagicor's the name you know. Sagicor.
Sagicor, celebrating 55 years.
Building trust for generations.
We're back with you. What we have been focusing on so far, based on our story earlier, we have gone in the field. Well, Ricardo had gone in the field to speak with residents in Western St. Mary. Earlier, we heard from a resident, I think, in Rakabessa, and now we continue looking at the conversation about MP Robert Montague. Now it says Bobby Montague is defending a majority of 3,382. But alarm bells started ringing following the 2024 local government election. When the dust settled, 3 of the 5 divisions in the constituency fell to the opposition People's National Party. The alarms reached fever pitch when the recent nationwide Blue Dot polls showed Montague trailing Woodbine by a massive 19 points. One constituent thinks he knows why. For him, the Jamaica Labour Party chairman deserves a failing grade as MP. When he heard we were in the area, he called in to share his views.
Well, I'm an MP, but they are negative. Out of 10, when I make it look so bad, I'll do it bad. Out of 10, when I give 2 out of 10.
You're not giving 2 out of 10?
Yeah, and the reason for it, it's just when things get worse, they start to work day and night. You know? If the constituency has a walkover, he just can't do what he wants. And that's negative. You know, we don't need a basic comfort and load. We need it more educate the people and get them knowledgeable. You know, more than just come out and feel that that's good enough. That's a no-no, you know.
So, ultimately, you think he might go win or he might go lose?
Could be.
Eh?
Could be that.
You think he's going to win or he's going to lose?
He won't lose because the Parish Council already show you.
And we apologize for the abrupt ending of that clip, but a shopkeeper says despite the discontent on the ground, she thinks the JLP chairman could do it again. She says he's a hard worker.
Me I tell her say me no J nor me no P, but me sister Bobby I work.
Yeah.
He work when me say if the clinic want fix, I him see it fix. Any little thing, school, any little thing, anybody in the area they want our house, any little thing, road, water, any little thing you see Bobby. Funeral. If I funeral in the area, member say if I'm 20 minutes tomorrow in one of them.
You want to go? Okay. People that run this time and say, nah, they're so well though.
Listen to me, man. You can know the P them from the J. I am no P, I am no J. As me tell you, because the PNP man passed through the other day.
So Woodbine.
And they said that they hear about me and if they want to assist me, I said, listen to me. You guys are going to come with the cameras and you're going to come with whatever. But listen to me. My thing that I am doing is not for politics. You understand? Because I've been doing it for 10 years. You understand? But this when you look every day, you can see Bobby Island. You understand me? Me no business with nobody else behind me because he feel man behind him.
That's a councillor.
Sheldon Kid may not do nothing.
Yeah.
Sheldon Kid don't even talk to people. You understand me? They not. But you see, you work on this area. Them believe that they pay that yard thing because they're mother of PNP. So, you know, they want it to be that way.
Okay. So, what are some of the things that you see Bobby doing in the area?
Ask me, I tell her, say the clinic and him fix up the clinic. You understand? Me don't know, me don't know how you start fix up the police station when you run down one day. You understand me? The clinic and him, the water when they small get up there, so. You understand me? And him help finish it up. You understand me? Wi-Fi up at Hamilton Mountain and him put it up there. Me see fix up Gill Health Center over there. You understand me? Most of the road them are him. I mean, no, me say I send nobody go do it.
You see him himself?
You see him. You me say, me no P, me no J. You understand me? Because me have to work. So when me want to do shop, me then sit down and me shop.
Yeah.
Because anything when me selling this, it me used to feed the old people.
Really?
Every week, 10 years, me I do it.
So tell me something now. Andrew Holness, Prime Minister.
Never see him, they will see him, and then now we get to understand now so what they must say, even with art, with the young people, them are going to the classroom, and them are getting like a stipend a month time. That is a good thing, we get to understand, say, at them, only know it. And you see, where it help a lot of young people, especially girls, they don't have no time to think about pregnancy because every day they have to go into the classroom. Art is doing a lot of things now where back in my days, because we should reach 50.
Yeah. You look so young.
Oh my God, I'm 49.
Okay, you're a young man.
What happened is, when we see them are coming with what we never have, is when you left, until when you left high school, some are come on, the young people then can get them like work for 3 weeks and then get only got 30,000. With them are think about to go in something to go do on college or what they have like a money to start.
Right.
You understand me? I know. Them are come at you. Them are call you. You understand?
To make you come enroll and so.
Different things are coming now where we never have.
Yeah.
So most of in a free time now when most of them left school and them are think about to go live with our man because their father not take care of them, their mother no business with them. But Andrew come in with so many different things now. You understand?
Yeah.
They can think about it. We go look on summer job. We go free time we never have it.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah. Mark Golding.
No, about you.
Nothing. See, like,
but you say why out a rock of Mr. Crash over there. Because as we tell us something in the
politics, right. So you know, see on TV or in band radar or nothing?
You know, watch TV because we get up 5:30 in the morning, talk to my husband and my daughter. Then we have to be at the shop by 7 o'clock. Then, you understand me? Yeah. They are shop the whole day. Me not really go social media like that.
Another resident told our news team that apart from a playfield in his area, he can't point to anything the MP has accomplished.
Me not see Bobby, me just hear about Bobby. Bobby come, me never really have an interaction with Bobby. Yeah. But Bobby is a man where me familiar with him, you know, upbringing because my people come from Wood Park, Coxpeace, in group and in kitchen because he tell me all about it.
Yeah. So when you think about the work him do as MP, how you that rate?
As MP, well, me can't really identify him working, but me know him interact with people around here. Me don't know who and who, but you know. So in presence, maybe, you know, I would say I see him pass, but you know, that's it. I can't give no specific work when perform other than, you know, I look a ball field along the way there, you know what I mean?
So apart from that, you don't see no other work with him?
Me not see no work with him do, you know. Him probably have, but I can identify it and, you know, elaborate on it right now to you.
May I hear a lot of things say he might lose the election. What do you think?
Well, anything is possible because you have people with disenchanting with, you know, where things are going.
That was another resident who was speaking with our news team down there in Western St. Mary, giving their views, mixed views on the performance of their Member of Parliament, Robert Bobby Montague, who held a meeting in his constituency yesterday, as well as an award ceremony for JLP workers in his area. What do you make of the comments from the constituents, Sandre?
Well, for one, when we hear the comments from the constituents, we have to look at the areas and the divisions in which they are from. We can't act oblivious as we're here on air about where people are from and what their views are. In the first clip, I did note when I was listening that there was some skewness to it. There was a bit of bias when it came on to how, you know, somebody's eager to say. I think when I hear people eager to say across the country that there is no development, I question it because it sounds more honest to me. What was the word this morning? Soothfast. Should be more soothfast, I would say, when some people say to me, hey, not enough is being done. I feel like they did this, but they didn't do that.
Right. I've seen this being done. I think a little bit more effort could be placed here or there.
Yeah. So when I hear that, I accept those comments as honest comments. Whether or not people are political or whether they're unaffiliated, I understand that. But in the first clip, I could say that I was waiting to hear the clarion call of a People's National Party supporter because it's the common narrative that has been coming from the platform that I heard being repeated by this lady. Now, she has all right, whether she's PMP, JLP, no P, to be critical of her Member of Parliament because Member of Parliament serves all Ps, really and truly. But to say that there there's no development, I do have my own question marks, but I'm not from St. Mary's, so I can't say. In the next clip, of course, we heard a lady speaking at length about her, she's not a member. She says she's not a member of any party. She says she's unaffiliated and she doesn't care.
It reflected in how she explained what has been happening in the constituency. Because to your point about, okay, you've seen certain things being done, however you think a little bit more could be done in different areas of the constituency, is basically how she explained herself and her observations, because she was saying, okay, well, the other day the clinic was fixed. We see that water came for people in, where is it, Mason Hall?
Yeah, Mason Hall. And that was about a month ago that was open. So
right. She spoke about Wi-Fi in Hamilton. So she could point
to particular things. And then I do and I dare say she said something that jumped out at me. She doesn't really get the time to watch the TV.
To watch the news. Not just TV.
Not the news. So she's saying that, yeah, I know who the Prime Minister is, but I haven't really been so in tuned to be really critical of his work. She was fearing that point to say, I hear that he's doing stuff, but I haven't been so in tuned to be so critical of his work. But in her space, she could point to a number of things that are being done. And she said there are things that she didn't experience when she was growing up in her teenage years, notably summer work programs, etc. that are being done, and saying that people are reaching out to them to get young people into these programs, which is good stuff. As I say, if I hear that there is no development whatsoever, I do have my question marks, because that cannot be the case, and I'm pretty sure that's not the case, because almost all programs that have been rolled out, government-wise, etc., have been across constituencies to serve probably all divisions, if we're being honest. So could it be the case that then, some places just never get anything? I don't think that's accurate. But when you hear it, of course, you'll hear dissent. You'll hear persons who are happy, persons who see work, persons who don't see work, Tana. But in a real sense, I think there's more to come, and I would want our producer to try and get the Member of Parliament for Western St. Mary to tell us about, his own feeling on the ground as well. Yeah.
Burnshack fried chicken always ready. Burnshack original crispy. Burnshack Cajun spicy. Burnshack a barbecue. Burnshack we are go a Burnshack.
The time brought to you by Burnshack Fried Chicken in Kingston, Montego Bay and Ocho Rios is...
It's 7:45.
At Hawkeye, our mission is to deliver cutting-edge security solutions to help you keep track of the things you value most.
The temperature by Hawkeye is...
It's 28 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 29 degrees Celsius out west in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
At a time when many had lost confidence in the JCF and questioned whether their true transformation was even possible, when some believed that simple change the name from force to service would suffice, this administration, this minister held steadfast to a new transformation vision. Since November 2022, when the Firearm Prohibition, Restriction and Regulation Act came into effect, there has been a steady increase in the recovery of firearms. We are creating a professional culture, one that respects the dignity and rights of every Jamaican. We are building a Jamaica Concealed Force that is institutionally resilient, ready to meet the future, and that future is emerging.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
The gateway for Jamaica's athletes to several international competitions, including the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Japan, opens from Thursday, June 26 to Sunday, June 29 for the J3A Junior and Senior National Championships at the National Stadium, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day. Admission, finish area season tickets, $8,000. Daily, $1,000 to $3,000. Regular grandstand season tickets, $6,500. Daily, $1,000 to $2,500. Tickets go on sale at MysticOnlineTix.com. Starting June 11, Pegasus Hotel and the Stadium Ticket Office. Starting Monday, June 23. The action will be sizzling.
Back with you. It's Nationwide this morning. We have been hearing some excerpts from some interviews that would have happened in Western St. Mary. But to give us some context and to have a further conversation of it, we are going to be joined, or we are joined.
We are being joined.
We are being joined
by our CEO and our executive editor here at NNN, Cliff Hughes. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sona. Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning,
listeners.
Cliff.
You would have been listening
the
to
YouTubers who are just going crazy.
Yes, you would have been listening, sir, to the excerpts and the reactions from the people on the ground from the different divisions and how those reactions may be skewed based on which division people are from. But what did you make of the views?
First of all, I think we should outline a couple of contexts. Western St. Mary is a constituency that tends to swing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Western St. Mary has voted for the winning party in the last 5 contested general elections.
Yeah.
What that means is that they don't have any blind loyalty to any political party. It is the party who delivers for them, a party that is able to satisfy their most pressing needs. In addition, representation that is present and responsive and who can empathize with them. Many times the Jamaican people know the constraints of government and the country, and they want representatives that are close to them, that stick with them, that they can turn to. Yes? And Western St. Mary is one of those. Bobby Montague, from he was a councillor in the Karen Hall division, was at one time the only sitting councillor for the Jamaica Labour Party in the entire parish of St. Mary. And that's where Bobby earned his spurs as a political leader, rising to the position of mayor of Port Maria as the GLP gained political ground on the PNP. Because, a little history, the PNP has been the dominant parish in St. Mary for many, many years. For example, I'll never forget, on the night of October 30, 1980, 45 years ago, when the entire country voted Labour, voted Green. When you look at that map of Jamaica, everywhere was green except pockets in the corporate area, and St. Mary stood out in the northeast end of the island when the PNP in Horace Clark, the late Horace Clark, won Central St. Mary. The one of, I think it was either 3 or 4 seats at the time in St. Mary. And the PNP won Central St. Mary. The rest of the parish voted Labour. And since then, the Labour Party has been making steady progress in St. Mary. But it was never top of priority for Labour Party administrations because it was seen as a PNP parish. Yeah, you remember the late Harry Douglas, Pippin, I used to call him Pippin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pip. Yes, Harry Douglas went on to hold Southeast St. Mary, one of the few parishes that voted Labour in 1980.
Mm-hmm.
And he held it because Alva, they used to call him Alva Siney Ross, was a giant in St. Mary. There was another man, I think he was Brady, Walter Brady, if my memory serves me correctly, who also did a stint there. as a Labour Party MP. It was also the parish where, especially Western St. Mary, the seat we're now talking about, Terry Gillette, who is now a churchman. I think he's now a Roman Catholic pastor, deacon, who held sway in Western St. Mary for a long time. So St. Mary is traditional, fertile PNP ground. I say all of that to say Bobby Montague, was the man who led the turnaround to the point where the PNP was able to win the parish council elections. He himself became mayor and rose to national prominence on the back of that, to the point where he won Western St. Mary in 2007, and then lost it the following election in 2011 to the now infamous accused murderer, Julian Silvera. And he beat Silvera by over 2,000, 3,000 votes. I heard you mentioning the figures this morning.
Yeah,
and
3,000 plus.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he held on to it in 2020, by another 2,000-3,000 votes. But 2020 was seen as an outlier, or is being seen as an outlier of an election.
Mm-hmm.
And things are beginning to realign. And after 9 years, going 10 years in government, we shouldn't be surprised that seats where PNP has been traditionally strong, dominant, are going to be either returning to the People's National Party, or they're going to be won by very close margins. It's going to be extremely competitive. Western St. Mary has taken on particular significance in this electoral cycle because it tends to tell us where the country is going.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it that we're going to see Montague going down to defeat and the Labour Party nationally going down to defeat? Or are we going to see an interruption in that usual pattern of it voting for the winning party? In addition, I think we have to consider most of or some of the interviews. I was hoping Ricardo could join the discussion, because the Labour Party meeting last night was being put on at Orocabessa High School. A town I know a little bit about. I have family in Orocabessa. And Orocabessa has been the bedrock of PNP support in that constituency. It votes orange. Mark you, Montague, in the golden period of his political rise, was able to cut significantly the PNP margin in Orocabessa. So, I don't know what has happened. There's a school of thought that since he lost his cabinet position, he has not been the same politician. That is going to be proven. But what I would say to people, Montague is a political street fighter. He knows his politics. He's one of our best rural politicians. You listen to a couple of the comments, in your funeral. He knows how to win.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to win. And to overturn a 3,000 majority, in any election is going to take some doing. Our own Blue Dot polls show that he's in a fight for his political life. I remember it clearly. Woodbine, yes, a name that is known in parts of St. Mary, but nothing of the national standing of Bobby Montague. But he was 19 points behind in Western St. Mary. 19. Now that is a mountain to overcome if Woodbine is able to consolidate the PNP support in Western St. Mary. Yeah. We're also watching the neighboring constituency of Southeast St. Mary, where Dr. Norman Dunn is in a context where the corporate executive Christopher Brown for the PNP. In Southeast St. Mary, the elections tend to be even more competitive. Although Southeast St. Mary tends to lean Labour. It's the old Siney Ross seat. Then Harry Douglas took it. Tan Peralta, the son of the late Ryan Peralta, took it for a term, I think, and then lost. And Norman Dunn is a worker. From all indications, he's a worker. But I'll say one more thing to the listeners. All politics is local. Because St. Mary is somewhere that I listen, I go there, and you could pick up that Bobby was slipping. You could pick up the consolidation and regaining in strength for the PNP. We see it in the polls. One of the parishes where Mark Golding, is doing well. One of about 3 parishes. St. Mary is one. He's above water. So you know that the PNP is on the move in St. Mary. Yeah? But it is going to be a battle royal in those 2 seats, Southeast St. Mary and Western St. Mary. I'll say one other thing. That's when I say all politics is local. 2 things. The people of St. Mary are upset with the Holiness administration because they were to have fixed the Junction Road, and they started spending millions of dollars in fixing that road. I don't know if you two know the Junction Road. You have to be strong at heart. It can be a treacherous piece of road.
Yes.
And a lot of St. Mary people have to use the Junction Road 2, 3, 4 times a day. And the government started out with fanfare. National Works Agency was going to fix that road. They have failed to do so. At the same time, just across the border, the people of St. Mary will tell you they hear the people of St. Thomas get Morant Bay Urban Centre and the people of Portland getting their urban centre at Boundbrook. And then they like it, they vex. Because, they give them support to Labour Party, dump the PNP, give them support to Labour Party, and then do have nothing for show feet. That's what they tell you. Them don't have nothing for show feet. The Junction Road, still too treacherous. Then they have nothing. Yes, then get a new fire station at Port Maria. But outside of that, Portlanders are happy. St. Thomas people are happy. They want something to vote for Labour. St. Mary people that have nothing. That's how they see it. Yes, the Prime Minister opened the Mason Hall water project recently, but they feel that they have not been given their fair due, and they are punishing the JLP MPs there. And the chairman, don't write him off yet, but he has a far, far way to go.
We have to leave it there, sir. But thank you so much for coming on this morning and providing that much needed context in relation to what we're hearing from constituents out there in Western St. Mary. Thank you so much.
You will have to pay me. I'll send you.
I cannot.
After this.
After
I'll send you
this.
my invite.
We'll have Across Jamaica. We're in for the break.
Front Page was brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales. For a better choice in the electrical business.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is...
It's 8:03.
Success, powered by learning. The temperature brought to you by Sandals Corporate University. Come grow with us is...
It's 28 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 29 degrees Celsius out west in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
From the mountainside to seaside, countryside to townside, inside and outside, it's Across Jamaica this morning.
In Across Jamaica this Thursday morning, the National Works Agency, NWA, is advising motorists to exercise caution along the Yallahs Main Road in St. Thomas. The advisory comes against the background of works being done along the corridor. The work involves repaving and will be done on the near 9-kilometer stretch from the Yallahs Bridge to Pamfret. The NWA says the work will also include raising valve boxes. Once raised, the boxes will sit above the road surface. Motorists are therefore being advised to reduce speed along the section of the road under repairs and obey the posted warning signs. The works are slated to be completed by the middle of July. A 29-year-old woman from Atlanta, Georgia, has been reported missing in Jamaica. Bethany Park of Statebridge Road was reported missing on Monday, June 16. She is of fair complexion, medium build, and is about 5 feet 4 inches tall. The Barnard Street Police say Park's last pinned locations were in St. James and Westmoreland. Her mode of dress at the time she went missing is not known. All efforts to locate her have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Bethany Park is being asked to contact the Barnard Street Police at 876-952-2333, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. The Ministry of Education says it will be implementing a series of early grade teacher training workshops on reading. That's according to Senior Education Officer at the Ministry, Dr. Novelet McLean Francis. She was speaking at the post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday.
I will be talking to you about our early grade reading teacher training workshops, which are on stream to hit us full force coming Monday, June 23. And these will run until July 1. All 3 grades, grades 1, 2, and 3. Our aim as a ministry is to support or to retool our teachers, not to teach them reading. They have been to college. So essentially, we are retooling them in effectively implementing the reading program in our national standards curriculum. Also, to explore what we call an integrated reading framework to make it more explicit. It was always there, but sort of implicit.
The announcement comes on the heels of a recent report that several grade 7 students at a corporate area high school are barely able to read at their level. Dr. McLean Francis says the planned workshop is intended to bolster the efforts teachers have already made.
I would just like to state for the record that the ministry is completely committed to improving literacy. So this is just one step in improving literacy in Jamaica. I would also like to state for the record that the ministry recognizes the work of our teachers. And so this intervention is not aimed in any way to undermine the quality of our teachers and the sacrifices that they have made to improve our system, because there are many factors outside of education that impact our students. And some of these have whether a direct or indirect bearing on reading.
Dr. Novelet McLean Francis, a Senior Education Officer. And that's it for Across Jamaica for this Thursday morning.
Yo, genius! We just get the Burger King Double King combo. One original chicken sandwich plus a Whopper Junior with cheese. Well, 2 sandwiches enough. Plus a small fries and soda for only $1,300.
You use the new rubber money. You did say the money can stretch a Burger King.
Me mean you get more food for your money. One combo, 2 sandwiches.
So you want I got eat whole of 2 sandwich, brother? My belly can stretch, you know.
Get the BK Double King combo. Limited time only at Burger King.
Experience the joy of buying a brand new Hyundai without breaking the bank. Yes, buying a brand new car should never leave you broke. From stylish designs and safety features to comfortable driving and reliability, Hyundai is the choice. Hyundai vehicles come standard with 2 years free service and 5 years warranty and roadside assistance for your peace of mind. Drive 2 years without service cost and 5 years without fear of being stranded. Hyundai. Conditions apply.
The Ministry of Justice is hosting the Hanover leg of the Legal Aid Council's Justice Fair for Persons with Disabilities on Thursday, June 19, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lucy Bus Park. Persons with disabilities can come out to access justice services such as legal aid, child diversion, victim support, expungement of criminal records, restorative justice, wills and estate management, and many more. The RGD will be there along with many other government services. That's the Legal Aid Council's Justice Fair for Persons with Disabilities, Thursday, June 19, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lucy Bus Park. The Ministry of Justice, taking justice to the people of Jamaica.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. Turning our attention now to sports to focus on the JTA Sagicor Primary Championships. The event returns for its 40th staging with a $12 million donation from the Sagicor Foundation, a key fixture on the National Primary School Athletics calendar. The championship welcomes student athletes from primary, all-age, and junior high schools across 4 age groups: under 9, under 11, under 13, and under 15 competitors will take part in sprint and field events, continuing a tradition of early athletic development. We are due to be joined by the Social Responsibility Officer at Sagicor Foundation, Megan Edwards, to talk to us some more about the championships and why Sagicor decided to come on board and sponsor the championships with this $12 million foundation from the foundation. And Megan is on now. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm doing well. So, Megan, let's start here. Why is the JTA Sagicor National Athletics Championship significant in 2025?
Well, this year is especially meaningful to us, right, as we mark our 40th anniversary of this championship's revival in 1984. So while we are also celebrating our 40th anniversary, we'll be celebrating the 61st anniversary of the JTA. So it's a dual milestone that reaffirms our commitment to the holistic development of our students, intellectually, physically, and emotionally. And this event is where it all starts, where it all begins for our young athletes of Jamaica's finest. Most of Jamaica's finest took place at this competitive event. So they took their first step at this race.
Mm-hmm. And we were telling our listeners just now about the donation number, $12 million this year. What inspired the Sagicor Foundation to increase its investment in the championships?
We decided to increase our donation this year because we really believe and strongly believe in the youth and community development, right? And we believe that this event will help build our nation's athletic future. Over the years, we have provided support of more than $100 million, and we only saw it fitting that in our 40th year of supporting this event, that we increased our donation to $12 million because we strongly believe in our nation's athletic future.
And telling our listeners now, Megan, that Veronica Campbell-Brown, she is the 2025 event ambassador. Talk to us about the significance of her being selected as the ambassador for the event this year.
No problem. VCB, as she's affectionately known, is an icon. She is one of the most decorated athletes in Jamaica, and she's also a past participant in this championship. So her story is a testament to the impact of early support, structure, and opportunity that values and opportunity, the values that we are proud to champion. So when we decided to select her, because we believe that our youth, when they meet her and they see her and they speak with her, they can feel inspired by her and motivated to continue and to strive for excellence.
And being the ambassador for the event this year, Megan, has she been charged to perform any particular task on the field, on the track, with the kids who are participating? What will she do as ambassador this year?
This year, we have her speaking with the students, motivated them to get them ready for the championship.
Yeah.
And you can also come out to see her to see what she'll be doing on the track.
Indeed. I'm sure that one is good enough to get people to come out and interact with one of our best athletes over the years, VCB. Now, Megan, for persons who they're listening, they want to support on the ground, how can they do so?
You can come and support us. It's a 2-day event that's being held on Friday, June 20 and Saturday, June 21 at the National Stadium, starting at 9:30 a.m. on both days. Tickets will be available at the gate, so $300 on Friday and $500 on Saturday.
Only $300 and only $500.
Yeah.
So persons can buy tickets at the gates. If they want to purchase tickets ahead of time, is that avenue also available to them?
I think that is better for them to come to the gate and purchase. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So from 9 a.m. and the event on both days goes up until what time, you said?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. And it's athletics as well as field events that will be on showcase.
Yes. Correct.
And do you know how many students are participating in this year's JTA Sagicor Championships?
Over 1,000 students.
Over 1,000 students.
Yes.
And just to tell our listeners again, it's primary, all age and junior high school athletes, under 9, under 11, under 13, and under 15. And for example, Megan, what role do you believe has the championships over all of these years played in Jamaica's athletics legacy?
It's one of the strongest examples of grassroots sport success anywhere in the world. The athletes competing today could be Jamaica's next medalist. It could be another icon, you know. So we are proud to be a part of that journey because, as I mentioned before, we believe in assisting and giving back to our youth and supporting our youth from the very, very beginning because this athletic championship, they all start there. So this role plays a strong example because they have past athletes like Usain Bolt, Shirley Fraser-Price, and they all started at this championship. So as I mentioned before, it's a great example, one of the strongest examples of grassroots sports in Jamaica.
Yeah, and finally, what message do you have for this year's athletes?
I have 2 messages, actually. The first one is to go and have fun. Yes, it's a championship and to put your best foot forward, but the main important thing is to have fun. And the other message is that no matter where life takes you, never forget where it started.
And Franklin Brown here on our YouTube chat, we have a very active YouTube chat. Megan is saying, Megan sounds like a Bajan. Where are you from, Megan?
Barbados is absolutely correct.
There you go. So you are correct, Franklin Brown. Any final words, Megan, before we let you go?
Yes, to come out and support our young athletes. They are ready. They're happy. They'll be grateful for the support. Come and see Veronica Campbell-Brown on Friday, June 20 and Saturday, June 21 at the National Stadium at 9:30 a.m. As mentioned before, the tickets will be available at the gate, $300 on Friday and $500 on Saturday. So we're looking forward to seeing you there.
We were talking about the JTA Sagicor Primary Championships, and with us was Megan Edwards, the Corporate Social Responsibility Officer there at the Sagicor Foundation. Megan, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we're going to take a break and come back with more on NTM.
Apply for your NHD refunds at nhd.gov.jm or via the NHD app. Do not click on any links offering to help you. The time by the NHD is
8:18.
Fontana Pharmacy has a wide variety of items from pharmaceuticals, household, cosmetics, toys, and more. The temperature by Fontana Pharmacy, it's all good inside, is
28 degrees Celsius in capital city Kingston, 30 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, and in Mandeville, 26 degrees Celsius.
Data Protection Matters is brought to you by Design Privacy. We help you comply and build trust.
What if the biggest privacy risk in your organization isn't the breach, but the data you're holding onto for no good reason? What if your own systems are storing information that serves no purpose, just waiting to become a headline? This is Data Protection Matters, powered by Design Privacy, and I'm your host, Chukwuemeka Cameron. Today's episode is called A Simple Framework for Necessity and Proportionality in Data Processing. But before we dive in, it's time for our weekly insight from the Global Privacy Desk. Here's Priya with this week's hot take.
Is your cookie consent banner a legal trap? Learn from this German court ruling. Think your website's cookie consent banner is compliant? Think again. A recent decision by the Administrative Court Hanover reveals pitfalls you might face. A German newspaper publisher was caught using a deceptive cookie consent banner, violating GDPR rules on informed consent. This ruling highlights a crucial misstep, failing to secure clear user consent. On the first access, users' data was sent to Google's servers without transparent options to deny consent. The court focused on GDPR Articles 4 and 7, emphasizing genuine user control and transparency. The decision? The publisher must overhaul their consent process within a month. So, what's the takeaway for you as a data protection officer? Ensure your consent mechanisms are both clear and voluntary. It's time to audit your cookie banners, ensuring refusal is just as straightforward as consent. Like this insight? Hit subscribe for more real-world GDPR lessons. Protect your users and shield your organization from legal pitfalls. Stay tuned to master compliance and keep your company secure.
Thanks, Priya. If you want more of Priya's hot takes, head over to the Design Privacy YouTube channel, where new hot takes drop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Back to today's show. When handling personal data, one critical question arises. Is this processing truly necessary and proportional to the purpose? This issue is a fundamental part of your data protection impact assessment. Organizations often struggle with 1. Collecting more data than required, which leads to unnecessary risks and complicates compliance. 2. Unclear boundaries that make it difficult to determine what data is essential versus what is excessive. 3. The inability to justify why certain data is being processed any at all, which opens the door to regulatory penalties and reputational harm. Sound familiar? Evaluating necessity and proportionality isn't just about ticking a compliance box. It's about building trust and operational efficiency. It also plays a crucial role in reducing the harm that can result when a breach occurs. Now, imagine your organization running on a data strategy that's lean, lawful, and well-defined. A strategy where every piece of data collected has a clearly articulated purpose. Evaluating necessity and proportionality helps you. 1. Minimize the risk of data breaches and misuses by ensuring your systems are not overloaded with unnecessary information. 2. Improve your transparency efforts, giving both regulators and stakeholders confidence in your practices. 3. Eliminate the overhead that comes from collecting and storing unnecessary data, making your operations more efficient and focused. This isn't just about regulatory checklists. This is smart, strategic governance and a critical part of digital transformation. Let's consider a real-world scenario. The British and Foreign Bible Society experienced a serious data breach. Sensitive supporter information, including bank details, was exposed because of weak access controls and the unnecessary retention of data. This wasn't just a technical slip-up. It was a systemic failure to evaluate what data was truly necessary to retain and for how long. Had they applied the principles of data minimization, role-based access, and clear retention policies, the damages could have been greatly mitigated. The breach wasn't a one-off mistake. It was a result of deeply embedded missteps. Sensitive data was retained far longer than it was needed. Access controls were either weak or non-existent, allowing too many people to access too much information. Data management policies were not aligned with privacy standards. Stakeholders could not justify the reasons for collecting specific data. Processing activities weren't tied to clear mission-driven processes. In response, the organization didn't just patch the holes. They rebuilt their data management framework from the ground up. They conducted a full audit of the personal data they collected, mapping each item to a specific and justified business need. Access to sensitive data was encrypted and restricted based on job roles, significantly lowering exposure risk. Retention policies were overhauled to ensure data was only kept for as long as necessary. Updated privacy notices were rolled out, and employees received targeted training to embed a culture of privacy across the organization. And that's why we are hosting our next webinar, Data Protection Impact Assessment Made Easy, on June 26 at 3:30 p.m. If you are grappling with these same questions in your own organization, this session will give you the tools and clarity to move forward. Plus, when you register, you'll receive our necessity and proportionality template absolutely free. Now let's look at the framework. Catalog all personal data your organization collects. For each data item, document its associated privacy risks. 2. Establish purpose and legal basis. Ensure that every data item has a clearly defined purpose. Align the purpose with a lawful basis for processing, like contractual necessity or legal obligation. Step 3, assess proportionality. Ask, is this data essential to fulfill the stated purpose, or is it merely convenient? If the answer leans towards convenience, reassess your approach. Proportionality demands that the least intrusive method is chosen to achieve the objective. 4. Introduce safeguards like access controls, data minimization. Step 5. Make necessity and proportionality an ongoing process. Document each step, log changes, and revisit the analysis as business processes evolve or as laws change. Let's bust a myth. Necessity and proportionality only apply to sensitive or high-risk data. The reality, these principles apply to all data. If you're collecting it, you should be able to justify why and demonstrate that it's being handled appropriately. More organizations are integrating these evaluations into automated workflows using privacy tools. This approach improves both efficiency and compliance. To recap, many organizations are collecting more data than needed, struggling to justify their processing and facing increased regulatory and operational risks. By evaluating necessity and proportionality, you can reduce risk, demonstrate accountability, and streamline operations. The framework: identify the data, align with lawful purposes, and apply appropriate safeguards. This mindset doesn't just prepare you for audit, it transforms how your organization thinks about data. If you are ready to improve your data processing practices, download our DPI template, which includes a built-in necessity and proportionality test. To download this template, go to our website at www.designprivacy.io. That's DESIGNPRIVACY.io. And don't forget to register for our next live session. DPIA Made Easy, June 26, 3:30 p.m. Let's build smarter, safer data environment, one process at a time.
Data Protection Matters was brought to you by Design Privacy. We help you comply and build trust.
The time by Grace Good Move is
8:28.
Make a toast to your future. The JTA Cooperative Credit Union is by your side. All educators, the best is what you deserve.
We'll keep your dreams alive.
Competitive loans to help you grow.
We'll take you higher.
Great returns on your savings. A bright future is in the making.
Build the best you with the best credit union. We are committed to serving you.
JTA Cooperative Credit Union, serving our members, impacting lives positively.
Haughton's RX, the caring pharmacy, the Yes We Can pharmacy, the Yes It's in Stock pharmacy, the House Call Delivery pharmacy, the RX Pack mobile app pharmacy, the RX Plus digital wallet pharmacy, the 20% reward pharmacy, the easy to remember number pharmacy, 876 RX0 RX, the easy access 24/7 pharmacy, Haughton's RX, the convenient pharmacy, #wellness, #simply delivered.
Are you ready for something mega?
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT, drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion, April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far.
Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Taxi drivers, ready to start earning more money? Join Amber on Time, Jamaica's taxi app built just for you. 0 commission in the first month, no catch. Plus get a free vehicle tracker to protect you and your ride. Stolen vehicle recovery and panic alarm response included. Download the Amber Captain app today and start driving. Or roll through to our office at 30 Westminster Road, Kingston and sign up on the spot. So whether you're at Kingston, Mobile, Ochi or anywhere else, work there. Come take advantage.
Since 1995, we've been your go-to source for everything related to billiards, amusement machines, and electronics. With locations at 1A Lindsay Terrace, Kingston 10, and the Village Plaza, Big Bridge, Savannah Lamar, we offer top-quality pool table parts and accessories, cutting-edge gaming machines, and more. We also specialize in assembly, sales, and service of amusement machines. We provide unmatched customer service, expert solutions, and products tailored to your needs. Who are we? We are Eclipse Enterprise. Telephone 876-960-3891.
Taste it, eat it, drink it, applaud it. The 26th staging of the Jamaica Observer Table Talk Food Awards, the Caribbean's premier culinary event, powered by MasterCard, takes place Thursday, June 26th on the East Lawns of King's House. Get your tickets at Starbucks at AC Marriott, Starbucks Ligony, Starbucks Waterloo, Signature Boutique, Unit 9, Legal Business Centre, 31 Upper Waterloo Road, Uncorked 2, Constant Spring Road, Uncorked Barbican, Sovereign North, Uncorked Ochi, Draxhall, Uncorked West, Fairview Shopping Centre, Resort Way by Erilyn, Shop 4 Progressive Shopping Centre, Kingston, Cafe Dolce, 114 Constant Spring Road, Kingston, Fromage Bistro, 8 Hillcrest Avenue, Kingston, and of course the offices of the Jamaica Observer in Kingston and Montego Bay. Adults 18 years and over. Drink responsibly.
Are your devices accurate? Are they calibrated? Even small errors can lead to big problems. That's why Jamaicans trust the Bureau of Standards Jamaica. From food to fuel, health to hardware, our metrology and testing division provides world-class calibration and measurement services to keep your devices
precise and your business meeting global standards. Whether you're weighing goods, monitoring temperature, or relying on the accuracy of devices, we get it right every time. Our advanced equipment and experts help you move with confidence. Call 876-618-1534 or visit bsj.org.jm. The Bureau of Standards Jamaica. From lab to market, the power of precision, powering accuracy, ensuring safety.
We're back with you. It's time for one of my favorite segments, Tax and You. If you're in the hearing of my voice, you should know that this is one of my absolutely favorite segment. And I'm joined this morning by Maris Houghton. Michelle, do I have Maris with me this morning? Hello? All right, do I have Maris with me this morning? We're trying to see if we have Maris Houghton. Yeah,
I am on.
You are on. Okay, great.
I'm with you.
Great. So we are doing what I'd say a reflective tax on you this morning, because we want to understand this morning what has been the outcome so far of the Special Arrears Settlement Program, SASP for short. And of course, Maris Houghton is going to share with us. So I'm going to start out by asking to tell us what was done during the period, what has been achieved since the program would have ended.
Sure, not a problem. And good morning to your listeners. Yes, so the Special Arrears Settlement Program that was administered by Tax Administration Jamaica was a program that started on January 28th of this year. Should have run until March 31, but because of the overwhelming interest by our taxpayers. And the program is really to help taxpayers settle their outstanding taxes with relief from interest, penalties, and surcharges.
Right.
So you recognize that it is something that is beneficial to our taxpayers. And this is large, medium, small. It ran the gamut. So what happened is that it ran originally from January 28th through to March 31, but with the overwhelming interest by persons and expression of persons wanting to take it up, it was actually extended for a further 2 months. So it ended on May 31, 2025. And during the period, our compliance officers would have engaged taxpayers looking at the data, looking at persons who had outstanding liabilities. So how the program worked was that we invited persons to settle their principal amount or part thereof, and then they would get a waiver on whatever interest, penalties, and surcharges that was on the books. So you recognize how good this was and beneficial for persons. And we used a wide range of opportunities to target particular persons who needed to settle their outstanding balances. So our compliance officers reached out to a number of persons, quite a bit, so in the thousands I'm talking about here. As a matter of fact, with the program, so far what we have done is to assist persons to actually coach them through the process. So now that this ended, what we have done is to automatically remove some of these interest and penalties and surcharges of the persons who qualified by virtue of making a settlement of their principal amount or part thereof. And then they would have gotten the waiver. If it's 100% of principal they paid, then they would have gotten 100% of waiver, which is a relief of the interest, penalties, and surcharge.
So if it's
they were only able to do 50%, for example, of their principal sums owed, then they would get the commensurate waiver of interest, penalties, and surcharge.
So would that be, Maris, would that be if they do the 50%, they would get the 50% waiver?
That is correct.
Okay,
that is so correct. You hit the nail on the head.
Good.
That's exactly how the program worked.
So for those who would have filed the taxes outstanding, paid principal, whatever percentage it is, they benefit from that based on the percentage of interest, penalties, fees, whatever it is that would have been owed. And now that the program has ended, what do they see on their digital tax records now? Do they see, what do they see?
So we are very pleased to state that with the ending of the program, it has so far, and it's a win-win situation, because it has so far yielded over $18 billion in taxes.
$18 million?
18 billion.
Billion with a B?
Yeah, man, we talk B when we talk. So it yielded over $18 billion, which shows that there's a strong support that taxpayers saw the value of the opportunity to make it easier for themselves by clearing up their outstanding liabilities and getting a relief on the interest penalties and surcharges. And so far, what we have seen is that we have done an automatic removal of a substantial amount of the waivers, interest penalties and surcharges, to the extent of about $6 billion that we have already waived. So though the application process has ended, we still continue to remove interest penalties and surcharges. So that is how it is so far. And we expect that by when we have completed the entire process, that we will eventually remove about $30 billion in interest penalties and surcharges. And that will certainly lower the stock of debt that we have on the TAJ's book. And of course, to our taxpayers that benefited from this will have a better, see themselves better in their business opportunities, because they no longer have this burden of interest penalty and surcharges on them.
So what happens now that the SASP has ended? Can people still get particular types of relief, or are there payment options that are available for persons who want to settle whatever arrears they have in terms of their taxes?
Yes, and I'm happy that you asked that question, because the simple answer is yes. So the SASP, as you noted from the first word, was a special opportunity that allowed no questions asked. Persons just paid up and they got the relief, automatic. However, right throughout the period, it allows for persons to actually contact their compliance officers and have discussions with them. We have payment arrangements that persons can put in place. Just like if you had a bank loan, you can actually speak with your compliance officer, just as you would with a bank. If you had a loan and you had outstanding amounts, you engage with us. And which is what I want to leave with persons, that they need to engage with us. Talk with your compliance officer just to say that, hey, I'm having a challenge. What are my options that I have available to me? They can actually do some level of negotiation too, wherein if they pay up all of their amounts, they may be able to, based on certain criteria, they may be able to get a relief of a part of it and so on. So it's not that it's going to be all blank like it was with this under the SAP. So there's still opportunities that persons have that they can enjoy relief. So please just discuss. So any challenges that they have, do that. Because what happens when you do not engage with us, if we don't know what is happening with you, then what happens that we'll take the next step, which is the enforcement side of things, where it may be we send you a notice, or we can take it to court. We can also garnish your monies that's owed to you from other persons. So we don't want to have to use those more stringent methods. So we encourage persons to get in touch with their compliance officers or reach out to a taxpayer education officer that we have right across the island, and they can guide you through the process. You can even speak with our customer care center, which is 888-829-4357. And they'll be happy to share with you what your options are, who you can reach out to. As a matter of fact, in some instances, you can actually set up a payment arrangement online. So you don't even need to engage with a person. you can do that through your e-service account that you have available to you.
Mm-hmm. So would you consider the program a success, and is it possible that we might see it again?
The first part of the answer is yes, absolutely. It was a success based on the uptake and the
$18 billion success.
The $18 billion that we collected tell us that this was both timely and necessary. I can't tell you that there will be another similar program because that's not for us to say.
Yeah.
What we encourage persons, however, is to just constantly review what it is that you're doing. And we too constantly review strategies to improve compliance and support taxpayers, which is why we have a very robust taxpayer education system where we help persons, we engage with persons in terms of sharing with them what their rights and responsibilities are so that they don't get into a situation where they again become non-compliant. And for those persons who did not take advantage, we say to you, the door is not closed, not for tax, though that is closed, but certainly engage with us through your compliance officers.
So if they missed the window, if they didn't get the opportunity to partake in this very important program that would be very beneficial to them economically and otherwise as businesses, as individuals, what do you say to them now, and how should they settle any balances if they have any?
Right. So again here, we say to them, don't stay in the shadows. Come into the light. Even without the special waiver that was offered under the SAT, it's better to engage with TAJ proactively than wait. Because when you wait, you run the risk of us taking enforcement action against you. So we say to you, reach out to us. We are here to help and give guidance on how to become and remain compliant going forward. You can call our customer care center, and again, I'll give you the number. It's 888-TAX-HELP, 888-829-4357. That's what it is. Or you can email them at taxhelp@taj.gov.jm. Visit our website or engage with us through social media. And of course, we're here to assist you with the program. With keeping yourself compliant, letting you know, which is why we have a tax on you and you.
Yeah.
Because we're reaching out to you so that you know what your rights and your responsibilities are as we help you to help yourself.
All right, that's all the time we have. Maurice Houghton there, always joining us to tell us what's happening on the ground from the Tax Administration of Jamaica. That was Tax and You. Now we're going for a break, but after our break, one of my favorite segments is time for your birthdays.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is...
It's 8:45.
The Birthday Club is brought to you by Burger King. Stretch your dollar at Burger King with a new Double King combo. 1 original chicken sandwich plus a Whopper Jr. with cheese. Plus a small fries and drink for only $1,300.
Must be somewhere for me. I want you man doing it desperately. I want to be loved, not for who you think I am, not what you want me to be. Could you love me for me? Real love, with no strings attached. I wanna give you my heart, don't wanna take it back. And this is my chance. Been searching a long, long time for that oh so true love to comfort this heart of mine. Don't pretend, stop wasting my time. A virtuous woman is really hard to find. I'm telling you, lady, I'm only human, not looking for impossibility. Cause I tell you, we no woman with sincerity. Someone who is always there to hold me. Show me you care up front and boldly. Don't shun my feelings or the positive meanings of me morning, noon, all seasons. I wanna be loved, not for who you think I am, not what you want me to be. Could you love me for me? Real love, with no strings attached. I wanna give you my heart. Don't wanna, when every hour of the in contention. I'd rather be alone. Tell the serviceman cut the phone and miss a lock all communication. Why? If there's no light within my day, I'd rather stay in isolation. For that special someone a lifetime away, I know that I'll be okay. Cross my heart every day, I live, I pray, and I know she'll come my way. Night and day, for this woman I pray. I wanna be loved, not for who you think I am, not what you want me to be. Only love me for me, real love, with no strings attached. I wanna give.
We're back with you at Stationwide this morning. It's time for your birthdays. If you're born today, June 19th, 2025, it's time to wish you a very happy birthday. Starting out with this one from Annie Smith. Happy birthday to Devel Myrie, one of our YouTubers. Wishing him good vibes and a great time today. Hope your day is as awesome as you are. Big up to yourself, Sir Myrie, on today, your birthday.
Happy birthday going out, this one says, to my mom, Sybil Chin, my best friend, confidant, and the shoulder I will always lean on. Everlasting love from son Kirk. Enjoy your day. So happy birthday to you, Sybil. And happy birthday, this one says, to my dearest friend, Sybil. Our journey has been long, fulfilling, with lots of memories. Enjoy your special day. Love and respect from Lurleen. So happy birthday to you, Sybil.
All right, let me see what we have. Do we have any chat? Okay. Yes. Happy birthday to Travis and Tristan Kelly, coming from their entire family. Angela Jones put that one in, saying happy birthday to Travis and Tristan Kelly, coming from their entire family. Another one I have, very important birthday. Happy birthday going to Whitney Waysome. A very special birthday from your friends, family, everybody that loves you. Wishing you a very, very happy birthday, that you enjoy your day. More life, more love, more prosperity, and everything good to you, Whitney, on today, your birthday.
Over on Facebook, happy birthday. This one says, Intuitive Child of the King Pusey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday as well to Simone Hamilton, Brianna Rose, Marsha Jackson. Happy birthday. Wishing for you all a great one.
Girl, gonna make you mine. I'm gonna take you right there. Love for a lifetime. I'm gonna make your life so clear. Gonna make you mine. Tell no lies, don't you cry, no goodbye. Just won't work. Stars in the sky, love so nice. Look in your eyes, girl. So much you worth. I'm not stupid, I'm not a fool. Know what I'm doing, I'm into school. Keep a firm grip on what you own. More valuable than a pot of gold. I'm gonna take you there. Oh Lord, for a lifetime. I'm gonna make your life so clear. Oh, gonna make your mind, girl.
The Birthday Club was brought to you by Burger King. Stretch your dollar at Burger King with a new Double King combo. One original chicken sandwich plus a Whopper Junior with cheese. Plus a small fries and drink for only $1,300.
Never let I face to live out the greater part of my days. Give I strength, oh, Jah, give I strength, oh. Never let I face, no, to live out the greater part of my days. Give I strength, yeah.
Happy birthday to Alicia White, a superstar mom, a wife, a friend, coming from your husband, your family, your friends, and of course your NNM family. Alicia White, wishing you a very, very happy birthday on today, your birthday.
We shall escape. God who protect is greater than great. In all that we do, He holds our faith. Jah Jah give I strength, yeah, yeah. Never let I face, no, to live out the greater part of my day.
Charlene Rose sending belated happy birthday blessings to Mervyn Weber, aka Punchy in Portland, the son from another mother. Your birthday was on the 11th. So belated happy birthday greetings to you. Hope you had a good one. And Louis Farragon sending happy anniversary to his lovely wife, Janet, from your hubby, Louis. Hey to you, Janet and Louis. It's your anniversary. Happy anniversary to the Farragans. Wishing for them a great one. Donette McKenzie sending happy birthday shout out to friend Colette Sharp from her friend Donette in Nassau, Bahamas. Hey to you over there in the Bahamas, sending happy birthday greetings to your friend Colette, celebrating her special day today. Donette is saying to you, Colette, enjoy yourself.
Well, I for meditation. One day things must get better. Don't you go down, keep your head above the water. One day things must get better. The rich is wise in his own conceit, but the fool with overstanding searcheth him out. Poor man mourn the rich.
So if you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you as well. Marigold Weber sending happy birthday to cousin Mervyn Weber. Mervyn, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you from your cousin Marigold Weber. And that's about it for the show. Thank you so much for tuning in to Nationwide this morning. NTM, thanks so much to our technical operator, Jermaine King, our super producer, Michelle McRae Smith, and our super editor, Kimon Thompson. Denver Clark sending belated happy birthday greetings to daughter Joanna in the Cayman Islands. Joanna, it was your birthday. Belated happy birthday to you. Hope you had a good one. Up next, the Consumer Hour, and at 10, Cliff Hughes Online. I'm Tana.
I'm Sondre.
Good morning.
Good morning.
These are the trumpets making the sound. Hey, watch over us. Emperor Selassie.
You just heard Nationwide this morning on Nationwide 90 FM.
For us to make it home, even through them, you're gnashing of teeth. Hey, guide over us. Holy Emmanuel, our East Islandese could never get weak. I know it is a